Welcome, everyone, to the Four Post Massacre Podcast. I am, of course, your host. You can simply call me Zaya. With me is my very, very grumpy color co-host tonight. What's her name this week?
What up? It's your boy, Jake the Baked Budderts.
What?
Budderts. Like Roberts, but it's Bud. Jake the Baked.
You could have come up with something better.
I'm starting to scratch the barrel here.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I'm getting desperate. I'm gonna have to start doing celebrities.
Probably. And with us tonight for a record-setting third time as a guest here on the Four Post Massacre Podcast, it is none other than the Brit himself, Mr. HITKID Worldwide.
Hello, I'm back. Again.
You're like the only one who watches the shit we watch.
I can't believe I'm doing this again.
I can. I kind of figured you'd probably be on the most out of every single other guest we've ever had.
We've had a very good amount of people who have been on this show who do watch everything. Some haven't, some do. I mean, yes, I guess HITKID's probably the most versed, but don't be making assumptions to the rest of our beautiful panel of guests that we've had.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right, because I am pretty sure everyone and their mother have watched fucking Wrestle Princess this weekend.
Didn't.
I'm only going to go briefly into that because I'm still salty over a certain result.
But no, we got a very interesting show for you tonight. We're going to be talking...
I didn't catch Noah, I will admit that, so you have to go into details on that.
Alright.
Although plays the god Nakajima. Future reference.
Well, we will be getting into that, as well as Rampage and Dynamite. We got a lot of shows to talk about in our news segment. We're going to be going in depth on the GCW show, Mox versus Gage. That should be very interesting. And we got a WWE pay-per-view tier list. What pay-per-views are we doing? We're gonna have to find out later. But right now, let's just get right into it. We're going right into our AEW Dynamite review. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Boom! The dynamite and the boom and the zap and here comes the boom. Ready or not? Roads to the top.
You are not on.
I'm spitting lyrics.
You're not.
I have not watched it yet, and I feel bad for that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You didn't watch Dynamite?
No, I didn't watch Roads to the Top yet.
Oh,
why? Can we talk about that instead?
Absolutely not.
Cody Rhodes talks about his wife's vagina.
All right, we're going straight in it. It's AEW's. This is their anniversary show, 3rd year anniversary show, and we started it off with the Super Elite of Omega, Adam Cole, and the Bucks taking on Christian, Bryan Danielson, and Jurassic Express.
This is a damn good.
Don't think I really need anybody to tell you that this was going to be good. Like, just look at it. Of course, this was going to be fucking good.
I mean, what do you expect? These are
you have 8 of
wrestlers.
You have 8 of the top guys and the stuff in it.
Yeah. And
for me, the biggest payoff of this entire match was, you know who was more over than Kenneth Omega in this match?
Don't say Luchasaurus.
Or Bryan Danielson?
Well, that's what wasn't we?
I was gonna say Luchasaurus.
Weren't we in his
Luchasaurus?
This was his hometown, wasn't it?
The whole Earth is his hometown. You awful.
Luchasaurus didn't show out here.
Hey.
Although I need to mention it. Did everyone see what today's title of the Being the Elite episode was?
No, I didn't actually. Hold up.
They called it Powerbomb for a certain reason.
Oh, because of the botch.
Yeah. turn the botch into the title of this week's Being the Elite.
This is very rare because Omega doesn't usually botch, or he doesn't like botch like that spectacularly that often.
Here, look, I'm not going to put the blame on Omega. I mean, I guess you can. But I'm going to put this more or less like, in most of my time watching Omega, I've never seen Omega fight a guy as big as Luchasaurus.
No.
So,
obviously not.
There obviously the hugeness was more overpowering. I mean, Kenny's a big dude, but he's not that tall.
He's very strong.
Right, but this is like
deceptively strong is Kenny Omega, we should say.
Yes.
I don't know. I think adding the Bucks involved in that, I think that's where the issue came in. Because there was a lot of timing issues around that one. But they recovered from it.
Yeah, they did.
This was a damn fine match.
Yeah,
it was a great way to open the show. What else?
Everybody just doing shit. Everybody dives. Danielson kicking ass. Christian being Christian. Jungle Boy looked fantastic. Luchasaurus got a fucking fantastic tag in. And the ending where they all just decided to murder poor Jungle Boy with
four-man BTE
four-man BTE trigger, 4 knees to the skull, crushing that young boy's brain, still developing, by the way. Not anymore, because he's pretty much dead.
Cardiac arrest, if I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about
it. Can I say this, though?
What?
It played to the shithousery of the Elite again, the numbers.
Yeah.
Like, it took all of the Elite. You know, Nakasawa
well, they kind of
being stooges.
They kind of needed it because the Elite's been made to look like buffoons for the past, 3 weeks now, so they needed to get something.
And they need the heel heat now, especially due to what happened later in the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, boy. And yeah, we're going to get to that soon. But
I want to talk about it now, though.
No, we can't.
Later on.
Oh.
After this, though, we get after the match, we get CM Punk promo. Basically,
it was a Punk promo.
He's just very.
I don't know. I don't want to be that guy.
He's just very happy to be wrestling again.
You know,
just tell he's having fun.
Look, I understand. He's made it clear he wants this to bake into the beautiful cake he wants it to be, and he wants this to he's doing the Legends thing right now.
Yes.
But I'm starting to get very Tony Schiavone's about to interview Sting vibes.
Wow!
Where it's I don't need to hear Punk talk. Because all the promos are now starting to kind of just blend into the same thing.
I get you, and I understand it. And obviously, I think he's gonna know that he's gonna have to get to the point where he's just gonna have to. He's gonna have to switch it up a bit because Punk's a smart dude. He knows that
we all want it. I want it. You want it. We want the heel turn. Just give us a Serenity.
I'm just letting him enjoy this. All right.
I think heel Punk will happen next year or the year after. Right now, I think I will say I think I know what his program is going to be. Upcoming, if I'm allowed to say it. If I'm allowed to say, in the future, I think I know what his full gear program will be.
You want to just say it, or?
Well, we got to go into Rampage because a certain other program ended.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll wait until Rampage for that. But after what? You have something?
No, I understand what he means. But no, yeah, this was a fine promo. It was the same CM Punk promo.
Garcia for the match.
Yeah, he calls out Garcia for their match on Rampage. I can't wait to talk about that match.
Holy shit, what's that shit good?
But it's I get it, cool, Punk's here, he jumps in the crowd. I get it. And I'm not the honeymoon phase is still happening, but I'm starting to be hey man, we've been here for an extra week, and my budget's running out.
I'm just letting him have his again. Punk is a very smart man. He knows this can't go on forever. We're gonna eventually get the Punk that we all know and love. That prick. It's gonna come, but for right now, he's just enjoying himself, which is All you can really ask for a guy who's been away from this for like 8 years. But after that, we get a vignette featuring Arn Anderson and Cody Rhodes.
This is great.
Okay,
This
so-
is great for me.
Two things. One, we were not here last week,
No, we were not.
so we didn't get to talk about
This is
Armed,
the promo.
Armed Anderson, bro.
because so we didn't get to talk about
Get out
you know
the car.
Arn Glock. We didn't get to talk about Glock
This-
Anderson.
All right,
Um,
take what you want. Just don't hurt me. You know what I
Or-
did? I pull out the Glock. I put it to his forehead. It's spilling his brains all on the concrete.
And then this week he invades Cody's home lawn and just starts. So this is in my mind. Arn Anderson took a random cameraman, broke into Cody's house.
Because Cody comes from the fucking top of his porch. He's like,
Yeah.
Arn, what the fuck
The
are
fuck?
you doing?
Arn is on his front. The thing opens, and it's like, where the fuck are we? I don't know where we are. I don't know that this is Cody's house. I guess if I watch Roads to the Top, I'd figure that out. And there's just Arn Anderson with like a barrel, and then he's gonna burn. What is he? He's gonna burn?
He's burning his coat, his jacket.
He's burning the
I think it's
jacket
food.
that Cody got him, and so it's just like, oh, yeah, what the fuck's a crazy Uncle Arn Anderson's doing crazy? And then all of a sudden, a person comes out of a door, and it's fucking Cody, and he's like, what the hell is
Dude,
going
what
on?
the fuck are you doing?
You've got senile, and Arn's like, bitch, how about you get a backbone? I'm like, what's happening?
He's like, you could have all this shit. You could have all the car, the wife, the home, and all this fancy suits, but you're still a bitch.
You're still a bitch, and you let Malachi beat you, and you're
Yeah,
all like, oh, cool, whatever, it happened. And then it's
how
like,
about you? How about we?
You should be pissed.
He said, "How about we paint a star on your face and everything will be okay? How about that, huh? You know, you pussy,
You little bitch.
you little bitch,
You
huh?
little bitch.
You gonna cry? You gonna fucking cry?" This is great.
Like,
This is
what-
great.
Why are all the legends like fucking nuts all of a sudden?
Fucking love it though. I have no problem with it.
I think it's the greatest fucking thing ever.
I think I'm going for the shooter. It's fucking awesome if I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just give me more Arn Anderson doing fucking crazy shit, and I'm down.
I pull out the Glock.
He's talking about guns. He's burning shit on people's lawns. What is he gonna do next? Is he gonna pop Cody's tires? I don't know what's happening, but I am very, very intrigued on where this is leading.
Therefore, all of it, if I'm allowed to say it.
That's my biggest takeaway: is wherever this is going, I'm on board because
I
this
think
seems pretty cool.
This is going to how do you do it? This is going to lead to a more ruthless Cody, I feel.
Which is what
Lost me.
people have wanted. If that's the way to get a heel Cody without him actually turning heel, then sure. Or Cody's doing what Cody does best, and he's fucking with us all. This is why I love Cody Rhodes.
Well, he can't beat Malachi, the current Cody Rhodes he is. The current Cody Rhodes can't beat Malachi. I think we can all agree.
No.
Malachi, on the other hand,
He's got to go.
tonight, we'll
He's
talk
got
about
to.
him.
He's got to go back to black hair Cody Rhodes in order to do that.
Speaking of which, I believe that was the next segment, wasn't it?
No. After this, it was we get the TNT title match between
Oh yeah, this was good.
Bobby Fish and Sammy Guevara.
again, so last week, Sammy Guevara won the TNT title.
He won the belt.
in honestly,
Raw-
like a really, really good match.
Fucking
When
great.
honestly,
match.
I was like half surprised, half not surprised. Because I was like, Miro is just like a god right now with this title, but Sammy also deserved it. And when he won, I was like, damn, okay.
he's not
and
God.
then immediately
he's not a god though. He's the Redeemer.
Oh, he's the Redeemer.
Yes.
And then after the show goes off, it's announced on like social media. Oh yeah, he's gonna fight Bobby Fish.
Fight
I'm like,
Bobby-
what?
No, that was
And-
crazy.
And not only does Bobby Fish have this match, he's now signed to All Elite Wrestling. What is happening?
Not only that did he get this match and he signed, he brought the fucking Red Dragon theme.
Song was back.
Holy shit! Dragon theme. Knockout moment.
How did they get that?
I'm not sure, but I was thrilled.
That was so good.
That was the best. I mean, the match itself was very good, but that was the highlight of this whole match. Was just hearing that Red Dragon theme again.
Bobby Fish is showing that he's like still, despite the injuries,
he's ageless.
Just like top tier worker.
Yeah, I know that he's permanent. He's going to be such a great veteran.
Yeah,
for that roster, if you're allowed to say it.
We're 2/4 of the way there, guys.
Yeah, Kyle.
Roderick. Maybe not Roddy. He's like in a really good position right now.
He's in a good spot. But Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle, do you want to continue?
There's two marquee free agency.
You know what? I can't blame Kyle if he wants to say, because I would too want to team up with Von Wagner.
No. Guys, there's two marquee free agents AEW after next year.
What? Who?
Oh, it's Steen and Generico.
Generico could be this year, because I believe.
I think Steen's already like he's gone. Steen's gone.
Have you seen the amount of images of Steen?
Steen
is gone.
Steen is gone. Kevin is checked the fuck out.
Yeah, Kevin's like, just get me out of this.
He's fighting. Kevin is dealing with mad cash.
His contract's out in January, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
I believe.
I think
please, Lord, if you are hearing me. Because there'll be the 90-day release clause, or unless his contract runs out. But please, God, if you are so kind to me, please make him debut at Revolution, which I think will be in the UK. So I can be live at that debut. Just to piss you two off.
Oh, I saw Kenny and Brian live, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Just to piss the higher off then.
Oh, wow.
Please let me be live at that debut when it happens.
This match was... very good. Actually.
Really good.
Like really, really good. And I think the story they were telling is that Bobby has something to do with Sammy's training.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that was. I don't know how much of that is like truth or not.
Well, remember, Sammy's main trainers were Bobby Fish. One of them was Gangrel, by the way, which I was hoping to pick up while we were commentating New Dawn, but failed to.
Oh, so it was. All right. So he is the trainer. Okay.
Yeah.
And the best thing I think about this was that because Bobby Fish is a technical wizard. Mm-hmm. Sammy Guevara, not so much. But in this match, I think Sammy showed a side that people haven't seen, where it's like, I don't have to do all the flashy like moves. And I think he really came to show.
Yeah. Just a very different performance from Sammy this time around, which is good because it shows how versatile he really is.
This dude, like 3 to 5 years from now, is world champion.
Agreed. But you can say that about a lot of people.
Yeah, I was about to say, we say that about like a lot of people.
But I think right now, Sammy might be that complete package.
I still think he has ways to go when it comes to his mic work.
Yeah, well, again, 3 to 5 years.
But you want to know what's truthful though? That's something they all can work on if we're allowed to.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Like there's some people within AEW who need work. Some of the young guns who need work on some of their skills. They've got a lot of time, if I'm allowed to say it.
It also helps the fact that like AEW, unlike the WWE, are not like, if you can't talk, you're fucked. Like,
yeah.
So even if Sammy doesn't become like this Ric Flair of promos, I still think he has the charisma, obviously, to just overshadow that.
Right. Good shit. Really good match. Sammy retains. After the match, though, soon she come out of the crowd, except for Dan Lambert, the man of the year.
American top team.
Here we go. Here we go again.
What the fuck was up with Paige?
I don't know. She's a natural goal for the.
She is.
Speaking of which, Hakeem Johnson first trap.
I've said this.
I
said this since what?
I wanted to bring this up because, like, so it was you. I remember specifically saying, you said like, "Oh, Junior Dos Santos is gonna have absolutely none of this because, quote,
man.
says that he hates professional wrestling.
Okay, look, I'm good. Look,
Uh-huh.
things can listen. Things change,
Yeah.
and as we have seen from AEW, that opinion is swerving. Junior Dos Santos was interviewed, and he made it clear that it's AEW that has actually turned him on to enjoying wrestling.
Ooh.
So it just showcases that it's the W that has pretty much killed the appeal for outside perspective. So when he got announced for this match, well, I was genuinely surprised.
I'm looking forward to it.
The interview, I think, came a day or two later, and then it was like, okay, well, now it makes sense. It's not just a paycheck. Do I think Jorge is going to step into that ring? No. And that's not because he doesn't like wrestling. I think that is way more of a, he's still in UFC, right? Or is he retired?
Jorge will probably not step in the ring.
Yeah, no, I think that might be a bigger issue.
Jorge won't step in the ring for a simple reason. Jorge Masvidal has just signed off today to fight Leon Edwards in December.
Okay, so yeah. Junior Dos Santos is retired, so he can easily do this. Jorge Masvidal being there still, though, like on TV, is still like a huge deal for AEW. Like a lot of people don't see it like that, but like it really is.
Yeah, let me. But I'm the MMA guy here. You two both know that, okay? Masvidal today signed off to fight Leon Edwards at the end of year UFC event, okay? I believe in Vegas and Madison Square Garden, a big grudge match.
Yeah, there's no way they're letting him in the ring.
So there's no way he's going in the ring, okay? There's no way he's going in the ring. If they want to keep the Masvidal thing going, they've got to try. If they want to do a Masvidal celebrity match, it could be a match at Revolution or Double or Nothing, okay?
I mean, it depends on how long this goes.
Yeah. What I think Dos Santos will be. Junior Dos Santos, as we all know, the guy who had I believe it was a trilogy with Cain Velasquez, lost 2-1-1 though. First fight he knocked Cain Velasquez spark out, if you remember. And we've seen how Cain has adapted. And the thing about Junior Dos Santos is they're playing him off as a heel when he's actually one of the nicest guys within the MMA community. But you can play him off as a heel because this guy's a badass. Yeah. This guy can fuck you up. And it's a perfect match for him and Hager as well, because they're probably the two guys who are going to cancel each other out in that 6-man tag.
Putting him in a 6-man tag like this.
Not to self as well. If some people do want to be smart, if TNT wanted to be smart and make a bit of money, same with UFC's main rival Bellator, announce that you signed Junior Dos Santos and that Hager and Dos Santos are going to have a fight in a heavyweight fight later this year. Be a good money move for Bellator, because even though Dos Santos is, temporarily retired,
Bellator is a bit more I get it.
Yeah, it's B class to UFC, but it'd be Hager's most legitimate fight yet.
Yeah,
if they actually go full UFC in it.
I think putting him in a 6-man tag is the perfect way to do a celebrity thing. Always is go for a tag if they're not like that up to speed with it. I think he'll do his part well with Hager. Obviously, that's going to be like probably the only thing he maybe does. Maybe he does something with Jericho. Also, having Jericho within the match is also great. The veteran, he's going to know how to. He's done how many celebrity things before. He's going to be fine.
Masvidal ringside's going to be a keep an eye on thing.
They came out and they beat the shit out of Sammy. Does this mean that one of the Men of the Year is going to be getting a title opportunity?
Scorpio wants a title shot.
Scorpio wants it. So then what the fuck is Ethan doing?
Yeah.
And to go back to your point, Paige Van Zandt is like the best part of American Top.
Dude, get her a contract, please. Get her on this roster.
She is like Ronda Rousey in the sense that like she's a huge wrestling fan. The difference between her and Ronda, Paige got no ego.
Yeah. Paige Van Zandt, who has supermodel looks, by the way, can we all be clear?
She's a knockout.
She didn't have the best of success in UFC, okay? This woman don't. I almost said bitch there because she's a badass bitch, but not in a rude term. She don't care. She fucking made it. Once she after a losing streak, how they get cut from UFC. Instead of going into Bellator, which I think there's the big money, she went into bare knuckle boxing. She don't give a fuck about her looks. She's just there to have fun and do wild shit.
And you could tell she's having a fucking blast in all of these segments. Her and Jorge are like the only, because Jorge is also a big wrestling fan, are like the only two that are like really giving like emotion into this stuff. I get Arlovsky and Dos Santos are supposed to just be like the heaters, but I want to see more. I kind of want to see more swag within American Top Team.
Can I say something though? If Jorge delivers the knee again to Jericho, then keep an eye out for something in the future. Maybe not Full Gear, but Revolution. And also, it's very good for AEW if Jorge keeps on beefing with Jericho.
It's going to make them so much money.
Money and exposure. If you are able to book Masvidal versus Jericho for Revolution in March, okay, which I don't know if it'll be in the UK or a Double or Nothing in May, you are going to earn a shit ton of, and it's going to get mainstream coverage. Because Jorge Masvidal is one of UFC's top stars. He's in the top 5 for stardom in UFC, you know, like those superstars. Would earn him a shit ton of money.
The last thing I'll say, because I think we're going a little
we're going to move on
a little bit, is that if you look at somebody like Dana White, who has made it very clear,
money as well.
He hates the WWE. The fact that he's working with AEW says something about fucking AEW, and that's all I'll say.
Yeah, because how else would they be allowed to appear on the show?
Yeah, this is fun. I liked it.
It's finally they're having something's happening with this fucking group.
Finally, Bobby Fish in the backstage segment said he's not done in hunting the TNT title, and
then I think after that segment is when they threw up the graphic on Twitter, and it was like, "Yep, Bobby Fish is signed," and I went, "All right, fuck it, why not?"
Cool.
Yep, cool.
But after this, we go to backstage. The Acclaim pretty much state #1 tag team in the division right now. They want their shot on Rampage, so they will fight Penta and Rey Fenix for the AEW World Tag Team titles on Rampage this Friday. But after that, we got a very special announcement in the ring with Tony Schiavone and referee Aubrey Edwards, because we're about to unveil a new belt. Because
finally, we've heard for weeks since I think All Out weekend that a new belt was finally coming. Now, everybody thought it was going to be the trios titles, and I still think those are happening, maybe next year. But instead, we get the unveiling of the TBS Women's Championship, which I, by the way, must say, is a very beautiful looking title.
Oh, it's a gorgeous looking belt.
I think it looks a little better than the TNT title.
I like the shade of blue in it.
I love the blue in it.
I love the blue in it.
I kind of don't like it that much, mainly because I don't like the TBS logo that much, but that's just...
I think the TBS logo looks better than the TNT logo. But I love the blue accent, and that throws that belt over the fucking moon for me.
Yeah. So, and with that, we've already got the announcement.
It's in January will be the finals of a tournament that'll be starting with...
Yeah.
We know 4 people that are involved already, though. Or at least that are more than likely going to be involved.
So it was Jade Cargill they saw, Rosa, Sky Blue, and Ruby Soho were all shown.
Now, out of those 4, right now, my pick is Jade.
Yeah,
I think that's a safe bet.
Give her a belt after all the work they've done with her. And so she doesn't have to go after the main belt just yet. But they have something that they can give her because they obviously see the world in her.
Now, we don't know how many more people will be involved in the tournament. I guess we'll start getting a little bit more clarity as the weeks go by.
Sure.
Once we have a bracket, we can do a little bracketology.
But after this, we get a match between Darby Allin and Nick Comoroto, and it was.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't remember anything.
I remember the finish because we came right back to after commercial. Darby immediately hits the stunner, and then the coffin drop, and the match is over.
Oh, how long was this match?
I have no fucking clue.
I watched it, so I have the Fight TV up, so we don't have to deal with commercial breaks.
I don't I love Darby, and I think Nick Camarado's really cool, but I was like, why is this a match?
It was just a fill for Darby to, just keep Darby on TV, keep him, relevant, if I'm allowed to say it.
Right.
Yeah, I guess because we're going into the MJF feud.
Yes. Yeah, which I think we'll talk about later.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that murder scene, if I'm allowed to say it later on.
And then we go backstage. The Dark Order are there. Evil Uno apologizes. The Dark Order is back, everybody. That's pretty much that whole segment was just more clarity from last week's episode where the Dark Order came back together in honor of the late great Brody Lee. The Dark Order is back. It's good and it's great, and something else comes good for the Dark Order as well. We'll talk about that in our main event. But then after that, it's the Dante Martin's interview with Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, so Dante's been getting a lot of airtime on TV as of late, and they decided to give him his own little segment. Dante pretty much states that he's willing to fight anyone in that locker room. Little did he know, lights go out. Who shows up?
Okay, now I don't know. It might just be me because I'm a mark like that for the guy, but they were in Philly, and I got very excited. It wasn't Sabu, but
oh my god! Did you really think it was going to be Sabu?
They were in Philly. I thought, why not?
Nope.
Instead, while still badass, not very badass for Dante Martin, because goddamn, it's Malachi Black, and he looks so cool.
That mask is awesome.
The mat, that, just the shot of him and Dante, and and with the dark smoke, and I'm sorry, I don't know how they do it, but they have a way of being able to literally black out everything around him, minus the fucking mask. That's some really good lighting work by AEW.
And then the Malachi murder began, if we can be
And then Malachi kills Dante Martin. And I'm like, okay.
He literally comes
killing Dante Martin.
Lights go out, lights come back on. He kicks Dante in the... No, he missed him, and then he kicks him in the face. Lights go back off, and then he poses.
No, not just that, but Dante's gone.
Yeah, Dante disappeared. He dispersed.
So, the question is... and also because Dante made it clear in the promo that he's willing to take on anyone and anyone, and Malachi says the House of Black accepts. So, I think it was announced for this week.
Yes, it was for the
this
special Saturday edition of Dynamite.
For the next 2 weeks.
Yep,
we'll be on Saturday.
Is it 2 weeks on Saturday?
Yes, it's the next 2 weeks.
Fuck you, baseball.
Yeah, agreed.
Blame the playoffs.
Oh.
After this,
man,
after this,
that's gonna suck for me. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. That's gonna suck.
I do believe after this is Ricky Starks.
Yep.
Yeah, good promo by Ricky here.
Yeah, he's like, I came out here, I'm ready to go. I was ready to fight, but apparently that goofball, Brian Cage, he wasn't even here. He's like, hell,
he didn't show up to work.
Yeah, I was gonna come. We'll get to that later. He's like, hell, I was gonna challenge him to a Philly street fight. Yeah, but apparently he didn't show up. But oh no, he showed up.
And,
the crowd
no reaction.
Didn't really care.
No reaction for Brian Cage.
No reaction for Melissa Santos. Must be pissed.
Brock
Lesnar
of AEW, huh?
Brock Lesnar, he is not.
No.
Brock Lesnar of AEW is still getting ready. He's called Wardlow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Ricky Starks just clearly more over.
And it just set up the Rampage
my favorite.
Match, that was really all I'm gonna say.
Favorite part of this whole thing between Ricky Starks and Brian Cage wasn't even on TV. It was literally on Twitter. He's like, Cage went like, "Where's this Philly street fight being taken place?"
So bad.
And Ricky was like, "In Philly, you dumb son of a bitch."
He owned him so bad.
It was so good. It was so great. Oh God. But yeah, after this, like we said, we get the video package of 4 women who are going to possibly be in the TBS Championship Tournament. And then we go straight into Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. Now, on the last episode of Dynamite, they announced this match because Hikaru Shida is going for her 50th win here in AEW. And she is looking to do that against Serena Deeb. They did this whole thing because I remember they did this with Jungle Boy.
They did it with Jungle. Yeah, they gave him a trope. Look, I said to because I was watching it with friends, and I said I actually like this concept.
Yeah,
because it rewards not just the fans who are watching all these matches and being like, what do they mean? But it rewards the wrestler themselves because it's like, okay, we might not be able to give you a belt right now, but here's like a cool little like trophy and you have a big moment and everything. And I like shit like that. I think that matters. And that really adds to their whole wins and losses.
So I have something to say about this.
Well, I think, first off, this match the opener was really fucking good. This might have also been like maybe neck and neck for match of the night with me. Even with the ending, which I think we're going to talk about.
This was an amazing match.
This was a great match.
This match was great to see Deeb back, back from injury. It was great to see Hikaru just back on TV.
Yeah, no fucking kidding.
Because, all 30 of the other wins that she's had have all been on Dark.
I got something to say about this.
Okay.
And here's the truth. You know how we're all predicting Jade Cargill to be the winner of the TBS tournament?
You think it's going to be
Serena?
No, I'm going to say this. No, I still think it'll be Jade, okay? But what I'm saying is this. I would love to see this as the final.
Deeb and Jade?
No, Deeb and Shida.
Run this back.
Run this back for the TBS Championship Finals.
If you did that, I'd give it to Deeb.
I would say
give Hikaru another belt.
I would say that this does not have to be for the belt. I think this whole thing should be Hikaru Shida refuses to take another match unless it's with Serena, so she can.
Serena cost her a match or two again as well.
Literally cost her 50th win, and she pretty much said it. And she even said it on Twitter. She wants revenge. Like, she wants revenge over what happened. So I say, don't have Hikaru Shida compete in another match unless it's a rematch with Serena, where she can get her win back. And maybe
and have, like, Serena do, like, the heel thing of being like, I beat you, I don't gotta fight you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's simple booking. I was fucking shocked. Because, like, this is Hikaru's 3rd loss ever?
Yeah.
Like, this is first off, what an honor. What a huge fucking, deal for Serena to have this spot. Because, they protect, while she's not on TV, they protect the fuck out of Hikaru Shida.
Man, what a concept of wins and losses actually meaning something to put another person over could do.
Like, the genuine surprise. Because everyone, I think, was like,
I had Shida. I can't lie.
We all knew, wow, this match is going to kick ass. Shida's going to win. But this match is going to kick ass. But then, match, not only did the match kick ass, but genuine, surprise.
And then also the turn at the end.
Yeah, and then, Serena just cracking her over the head with the trophy.
I think the best part was, you could tell that something was up. Because even from, Serena was just playing spoiler the entire match.
She was a spoiler that night.
She's trying to do all of her signature offense, and Serena was having none of it. She tried to do her flying knee off the chair, and Serena was like, "Nuh-uh."
She just was like, "Nope, no chairs. Well, we're not doing that."
Through the chair.
Oh, the crowd booed so hard for that.
Which tells you've got a money woman's feud here, if I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah, honestly,
absolutely.
There were so many, she just continued to be nope, we're not going to have Shida do any of her cool stuff. I think she blocked the katana at one point, which
she did.
I don't think has been countered yet in AEW.
I think Britt might have countered it.
Britt might, okay, well then at least, second time. It's still, protected as fuck. like, Serena was just, like, all on her game, and I was like, cool. I mean, obviously she's showing, obviously back from injury, she's still great.
So, I was going to say, the match ends, so she tries to go for the katana. Shida then tries to go for goes to knees in the face. Serena then catches her leg, proceeds to hit her with one of the sickest dragon screws I've seen in a bit. Picks her up, hit her with the detox for a count of 2, doesn't stop there, goes for the Serenity Lock, slams her knee multiple times into the canvas.
Fucked it up. I was like, oh my god, this is it.
Pulls her the fuck back, and Shida has no choice. She has to tap out.
It was like, I'm gonna kill this bitch to win.
This is something like people have been wanting, and I think AEW does it a lot better than most other companies, where they give surprises very frequently or stuff like this. But AEW does not have many, like, holy shit, like, wow, that I did not think that was going to happen type things. And you're like, wow, I kind of get rewarded for that.
Right.
And now let's see where this fucking goes, because this is going to be a feud, and these two are just going to do another match, and it's going to be better than the first, and they're going to kill it. I wouldn't be surprised if they run this back on the next week's Saturday show, because they're obviously going to try and build these Saturday shows up to get that rating. I wouldn't be surprised you do that again, and then maybe pre-show of Full Gear.
Possibly. It's definitely a money woman's feud, though. Can we all agree? Because people want to see that match over. You want to see that match again and again.
I was just genuinely shocked. That was amazing.
Me as well, quite honestly. But
I applauded for it. Great match, great ending, because it's going to go somewhere, and it's just going to get better.
Yeah.
Simple fucking booking. And then we go from great match to what the fuck?
If I'm allowed to say it, that's how you book a women's division properly.
Yeah, finally.
And that's, the best other part is it got time.
Yeah,
they get time.
Unlike, the other company where, like, the women got 6 minutes of time across 3 matches.
Yeah.
4 matches.
4 matches across 4 matches. Hooray, Queen of the... We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Well, after that...
Let's talk about this WWE SmackDown versus Raw.
Alright, so Jeremy's clearly heading home. Like, he's tired.
First, Alex Marvez appears out of nowhere because he can do that shit.
Yeah.
And says, Darby, MJF next week, and Darby says, sure, cool.
Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, sure. He's like, you got a match with MJF next week. Or MJF challenged you next week. You accept. He's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, good. And so then a limo pulls up, and I'm like, all right, this is what? And then
so he gets
I like this though.
Masked Man. Who could it possibly be? Just blindsides Darby with the chair, and the masked man's acted like a fucking maniac.
Look, I'm not saying that this masked man.
He was fucking giggling.
I can't listen. I'm not gonna look because I know I'm gonna get accused.
Hey, the masked man from SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 made the jump.
I know I'm gonna get accused here. But look, I know I'm gonna get accused, but all I'm saying is, this guy was pretty based, and I mean, he and Sean Spears would make a phenomenal tag team.
You need to be stopped, bro. These are fucking crooks. These are like legit, like.
Yeah. By the way, so then illegal. The 4 other masked men show up. God knows who they are.
Yeah.
They begin to beat the shit out of Dark. First off, my whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, where's Sting?
Sting went home. Darby said, Sting, go home. Go home, Sting. Go on.
I don't need you anymore.
Oh, did you?
I love this, though. I have to be honest.
They fucking
lawn darted him into the stop sign.
They fucking choked him.
He got F5'd on the steel barricade. They left this man for dead.
Yeah. You want to know what this reminded me of? And I don't know if you two have ever seen the segment. You remember when, even though it's WCW in 1999, you remember when the NWO Wolfpack Elite kidnapped Ric Flair and beat him up in the middle of the field and left him bloody? Like, left him for dead. It's a throwback to that segment.
Yeah, well, the lawn dart reminded me of when Kevin Nash chucked Rey Mysterio into the back of the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Great spot. But yeah, these two devious masked men, God knows who they are, just kill Darby. And then this giant large man, who, again, don't know who he is, he just F5s Darby. And I'm like, who are these guys? So are we going to find out, are these the ninjas that kidnapped Samoa Joe?
God damn it.
Oh, get him.
No! Not the ninjas, bro.
Well, I need to know where this is going, because we need to find out who these 5 men are. Because, I think the chair guy and Sean Spears, what a tag team.
All I know is that these fucking mass dudes team up with the fucking Pinnacle next year. I don't think Darby's going to stand much.
Jim Ross does say that one of these men is MJF, and I think that's very incriminating of him to say on TV like that. I think kind of fucked up.
I don't think that's going to stand in the court of law, Jim.
Yeah, like you're just accusing now, like that. No, I don't know about that, man. You're cross-examining, and that's not cool.
No. But after
so they killed this guy. So I don't know, because we're gonna run down. I'll run down the full match card after Rampage. But as of right now, while the match was confirmed by Darby on the show, it has not been confirmed for Saturday.
No, it's off. Because Jim Ross said it was off.
Oh, so it is off.
They won't medically clear Darby.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not happening.
So
okay.
No.
Well then,
gonna cut a promo. And
well, what does he have to cut a promo about? I want to know who these masked men are.
You know what? That's true.
But then we go backstage. Leo Rush, by the way, again last week we didn't make it clear. Leo Rush is back.
Leo is back, and he's a lone shark.
And he's got Dante and Matt Sudale. I was about to say Mike, but it's not Mike, it's Matt. And so Leo has decided to
be quite honest, he just wants Dante.
Yeah, he just wants Dante. Yeah, so is Leo doing the Bobby thing again? Or is he going to be on and off as a manager and a wrestler?
I'm guessing it's going to be on and off.
Or are we going to see, or is Leo going to be, I could see this leading to Leo and Matt having a TV feud while Malachi kills Dante. But then I think what's going to happen is I think Dante might turn with Leo. And by the time all this has happened, his brother should be able to come back. And then that's a story there.
And that's the Trios team, by the way, for the Trios titles event.
Oh, you turned everybody here. Oh, no, I was going to have, he saves his brother from Leo Rush. But, okay. I'm just excited to see Leo again because he's great. I've always loved Leo Rush.
Yeah, me too.
I can't wait to talk about his match later.
I don't know what this gimmick is, but I'm glad.
I'm here for it, whatever. And then it is main event time. Again, we'll talk about the Saturday Rampage later because whatever. It's the Casino Ladder match. Seven men, Royal Rumble ladder match. It's my fucking dream. God damn, it's my dream. It's 2 points of my dream match away from what I would book. If I had the money to book a match, it would be a ladder rumble death match.
Yeah, I know. We're not getting into this. We're not. We don't.
Well, this is as close as I'm ever gonna get. So it's 2 men start off, and I think it's every minute or 90 seconds. I can't remember. But we're starting off with Freshly Squeezed and Bastard Pac. We'll talk about Pac.
So, what do you mean we'll talk about Pac?
Later in this match.
Pac is great. Pac was wonderful.
No, I mean what happens to Pac.
Oh, yeah, Pac.
Yeah. What? So, they start off, and again, they're just running back what they did at Full Gear, I think. Was it Full Gear Revolution?
Revolution last year.
And, I mean, that match was amazing, and what a surprise, they're just fucking amazing again together.
Pac just really doesn't like Cassidy.
No,
right.
but Pac doesn't like anybody.
Well, it was Pac like out of inhumanity, if we're being honest.
He
The
likes,
Lucha Brothers.
yeah, he likes Penta and Phoenix.
Apart from Penta and Phoenix, who else does he like?
That's
Alex.
for true.
Alex. I don't even think he likes Alex, to be fair. I think he tolerates Alex.
I think
right.
he still likes the people in is RED still a thing in Dragon Gate or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he might be friends.
He
with
and
them, too.
he's friends with Sami Zayn.
Who?
Who?
He's friends with Stephen Amell. They had that match together against Stardust.
No, that was
Oh, yeah.
Neville.
Yeah, who was that guy?
That was a good match. Anyway, so I'm losing track.
All right,
I am
so
done.
Pac and Orange Cassidy, they do their thing. Pac hits Orange Cassidy at one point with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, sends him out. And then who should come out next? Put Andrade.
Idolo.
Idolo.
With Jose. We have a name finally for this man. His name is Jose.
And immediately, just like, let's just go for the biggest spot to this.
I don't think it was on Rampage. I don't think it was on Rampage, but I think you forgot about it dead quick.
What?
Andrade, was it on Rampage Dynamite where he announces the thing for the Lucha Brothers?
That was.
That was last week on Dynamite. He
that
announced.
was Rampage.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Rampage. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
So,
Yeah, we start off with Andrade being like, I'm gonna kill Pac.
so Pac immediately just gets a ladder. He starts climbing. Andrade springboards on top of the ladder. They start battling out. Andrade then proceeds to kill Pac with
my God.
sunset flip
This
powerbomb
was
to the
Eddie Guerrero-esque beautiful.
This wasn't even the worst spot these two took.
This wasn't the
Nope.
worst spot. This wasn't the worst spot Pac took. Jesus Christ.
No, it wasn't.
So, after all that crazy shit happens, here comes Big Money Matt.
He does his Matt thing.
Uh,
he does his side.
he
of it.
does
And
mess
then it's him and Orange Cassidy going at it.
Yeah.
Matt hits the beautiful side effect. I love that move every
That's
time.
That's his gimmick. He just hits the side effect now, which is cool.
I love it.
That's
It's great.
That's his best move.
It's his best move.
Pac hits an Orihara moonsault at one point. Next person to come out is Lance Archer, who comes out with
two.
whole person. He comes out with a whole person and tries to throw him at Andrade.
Yeah.
He chucks this dude at Andrade. I thought this was the best spot ever.
This is so good.
I will just throw you with my meat shield.
Humans are my weapon. That's what Lance Archer's attitude was.
I will just throw my meat shield at you.
He pounces Pac. He gives Hardy a black hole slam.
Just pulling out all the TNA
He
moves.
tries to set up Cassidy for a ladder bridge spot, but it just completely fails, and Cassidy just falls off it. And he's like, "All right, whatever. That spot's dead."
I thought it was pretty cool though.
He had a splash on him.
I liked where it was going. Because I thought it was really cool that he just started to climb while it was on.
He starts setting up the ladder, and he thinks about climbing, but he hears the timer again, and he has a feeling he knows who's about to come out.
Well, yeah, because the announced entry has to be next because the Joker's all his laughter.
Yeah, and it's Mox.
And as soon as Mox's music kicked, Archer's like, "Yeah, let me get this motherfucker through the crowd."
And they just start brawling in the crowd.
Yep.
So they're gone for a bit.
Am I allowed to say the Fight Forever chant?
That seems to be the case with them.
This
AEW
could be
right
a
now.
full gear match.
Yeah. So
it really could be, or like an end of the year special if they do like another winter is coming thing.
So
but then
Archer gets orange punched in the face with the ladders. John drop kicked the ladder into Archer, and then the timer started counting down.
It's 3. So okay, before we announce who it is, was this person your pick?
Yes.
Did you have another pick?
No,
because I had a different pick.
I had one.
I mean, I had this obvious person, but my other pick besides this person was Chris Hero.
I had one.
Who?
Jay White. That was the only other pick.
Jay would have been cool. I had Chris Hero. I don't know if he would have. I don't think Chris. I don't know what Chris is doing right now, but I doubt it would have been returned for a ladder match. I would have marked the fuck out if it was. But
and then also in the back of my mind, I was like Philly.
But this
Nick
was
Gage.
It was,
but instead, the horses begin to march.
Dude, the fucking beginning, and everyone's already losing their fucking mind.
People were chanting for it beforehand, and then we got what we wanted. The Hangman is back.
I know, like, at times like this is like, oh, would they, or is it too soon, but you gotta really.
No, he was back.
It's the anniversary show. It's the Joker.
Yeah. You're in Philly.
It's perfect. This was the night. This was the
Philly
time.
crowd. By the way, big up the Philly crowd.
Obviously, it's Philly.
It's ECW tough.
Someone made it.
I want to get into that at the end of the round.
Somebody on Twitter, I forget who it was, made it clear that, like, Hangman having these people chant cowboy shit after what happened in the playoffs is peak pro wrestling.
I don't understand that reference.
The Philly crowds are enormous. Dallas
Eagles.
Cowboy fans.
Yeah, Philadelphia hates Dallas Cowboys.
So it's a
they
double.
Hate.
You get like a double. Oh, okay. You
They
get like the Cowboy
hate
shit.
the Cowboys.
So
like I do. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys.
First off, big ups. Hangman's new gear. Sick as fuck.
Great.
Oh yeah, the gold worked.
Love the gold. He comes out. This crowd's losing their mind. I'm losing my mind. Hangman's back.
He's just going at it like he's killing everybody.
He's back. And the best part about this match, the reason why this was the perfect time to do it, is because this is his last chance.
Yep.
This was the only option he had of getting another opportunity.
And considering what's happening, we'll get to that on Rampage, but considering what's happening with Full Gear, this whole thing just got a lot more interesting. But,
two seconds, guys. I'm just trying to make out the conservatory and pour myself a drink, so go ahead.
That's fine.
But yeah, so Hangman is just, like, he hasn't lost a beat, even though, like, he's only been gone, 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just, there were, I can't believe that there were doubters that thought, oh, Hangman's gone, it's done, it's over. Brian's here, Hangman's lost it, fuck it.
Never.
And I'm like, neither did I, because it's like, I know that the AEW fans are smarter than any wrestling fan. And he just comes out, and it's like he hasn't been gone.
Nope.
The crowd reaction for this guy was insane. And bigger than Brian. Bigger than Punk. Because this is their guy. This is our guy. We love that Brian's here. We love that Punk is here. But this is our guy.
I joked about it when we were doing, commentary like 2 weeks ago. But, like, again, you said, go back 2014, teaming up with BJ Whitmer. This guy being the biggest babyface, not just but possibly in all of professional wrestling right now. I don't think anyone would fucking believe you.
The lowest, the original Chase Owens of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, it was like, who is this guy? And why is he involved with all these big names? Who is this guy? And then, right now, 3 years, 3 years later from the beginning of, the AEW, and to now, he's the guy. You have all your legends and you have all your mainstays. But AEW's whole point was that everybody was like, who's going to be their, like, Cena? Who's going to be their Roman Reigns? This is him.
Mm-hmm. So he comes in.
And it's just amazing. And then, him and Pac.
So Pac immediately stops Hangman's flurry at one point, and then he sets up a table and he sets up a ladder in the corner.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So he goes up there. It looks like he's about...
And Pac goes up there.
But before he can really do anything, he gets stopped by Andrade, and they battle up on the ladder for a bit. He tosses Andrade to the ladder bridge, and Andrade just fucking
dies.
Just eats that shit.
I was like, oh my god, Andrade's dead.
But while that was going on, that gave Hangman enough time to recover. He hits Pac from behind. And then I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe he did this. Literally.
He dead eyes Pac off the ladder through the table. I was like, what? Why?
Fucking, you just came back.
The both of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, why? Why? I was like, first off, I can't believe that there's no serious injuries. I mean, we'll talk. I mean,
put the knees and put the neck, if I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could skip it being in the news segment. Talk about here the Mark Henry comments about Pac having a concussion, which is both morally wrong on his end because AEW never made that public, so it's kind of fucked up for him to do. But there's something else I want to talk about with Mark Henry in the news segment. Anyway, he's having a rough week. If this was the case, like, why? I mean, it looks safe, but still, like, it's a table.
Yeah.
And, like, he was, like, the position, I'm like, what? Oh
maybe
my God.
Just a normal dead eye next time. I don't think the ladder's...
You know, maybe, you know,
Here's the thing, though. Those two men had to agree to the spot, if we can be clear.
Obviously, but it was like, it could have gone so bad. Luckily, it didn't, and it looked great. And you know, obviously, we're gonna pop Philly crowd. We got the table spot, but like, Jesus Christ, thank God they're both okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Pac. He's done. Bye, Pac.
So after this, Moxley stops Hangman, throws him to the outside. Cassidy tries to get in. Matt Hardy throws them both off the ladder. He grabs Orange Cassidy. He puts him on a table, climbs up the ladder, does his signature leg drop. To his credit, looked great, but
it looked great. But once again, Matt, didn't you say like 2 years ago this is the reason why you had spinal surgery?
Yeah, seriously.
Why are we doing these? Well, I was like, I get it. Anniversary show. Let's go all the fuck out. But like, Jesus Christ. What a great match, though. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, this is fucking awesome.
I love a ladder match that's car crashy, and this shit's great.
So
Orange Cassidy's done.
So Moxley, both Orange and
Matt Hardy, they're gone, so they're out. So we're left to like Archer, Mox. We got Hangman, and Andrade's dead too.
Yeah, Moxley tries to grab the ladder. He tries to go up, but Archer stops him. Archer sends him out. Archer looks like he's about to set up the ladder again, but gets surprised. Buckshot lariat for a huge pop. This crowd's going absolutely insane at this point. They just want Hangman to climb up that ladder.
I just want him to win. I'm like, just do it. Get up there.
He starts climbing, but Moxley gets back in. This is like the first time I have ever heard a crowd legitimately.
And this is not only is the booing that this is a Philly crowd. This is Moxley territory.
Booing Moxley
because they wanted Hangman to win.
Yeah, that's how badly they wanted this motherfucker to win.
And here's the thing. You know, that's not them booing Moxley because it's like, oh, fuck you, Moxley, we don't like you anymore. That's just being like, no, please, no. Please, don't do this.
Please
give us Hangman. Give us our Hangman. And that's what I was like, oh, no, I don't want Moxley and Omega again.
But that
does not happen.
They battle it out. They start hitting each other. Moxley eventually just lets go, falls. Hangman goes up, climbs up, gets the chip, hangs up there. He wins.
So what a celebration.
He will get
holy shit
future world championship match down the line. Big celebration. Crowd's going wild.
Like, absolutely, like, what? Top 3.
All-timer return.
All-timer. Not all-timer return, but all-timer, like, just moment in AEW.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, it's going to get topped once he's got the belt. But right here, it's got to be. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we talk about Rampage.
Yeah, we got to bring that up.
Yeah. So what? Honestly,
what a show!
what like top 5 maybe.
Really?
Wow.
Look at that opening match is a star-studded phenomenon of just a wrestling beauty in a tag match, and just look at the names that are in it. I thought the women's match had that amazing ending, but also follows up with that awesome match of itself and where it could be going. I thought the ladder match was a car crash at points, but it had all big time players in it. The Hangman win victory with being involved. Punk being there, obviously that adds to something. Having Darby on it also helps because people just love watching Darby. The fucking MJF segment in the back is just beautiful because it's so stupid, but I love it. It's wrestling. That's what wrestling is. I thought this was an all. Oh, Sammy and Bobby Fish having a really sleeper classic.
I think it's a definite top 10 Dynamite.
I think it's a top 5 in my book.
Which is also fair.
I just thought this was just really great.
It was a great show from top to
It's
bottom.
an amazing night of wrestling.
Yeah.
2 hours goes by like in a flash, but you're like, wow, I'm gifted because, it's like, no, I'm not gifted. I'm rewarded. That's what I mean. Like, I sat here for 2 hours. It didn't feel like 2 hours, and I just watched amazing stuff, and everything popped. Honestly, I thought pretty much everything on here tonight did its job. I mean, yeah, I guess the Nakamura and Darby match is like the weakest point, but it's a Darby match, and it leads to something later on.
No, man, this was really good Dynamite. Really good. I very much enjoyed it. But now we head on to AEW Rampage.
Rampage. It's a rampage. Yeah, a rampage.
You're going to have to learn this song sooner or later.
It's a rampage, and the Rock's in it, and there's a gorilla.
I'm sick of you. Okay, so we start
Roads to the top.
We start off Rampage.
So we start off differently than usual.
Yeah, we get a
Mark Henry segment. Which
Yeah.
I guess which I think is a great thing to do, is to have the opening and the ending have this Mark Henry thing. Obviously, use him. Even though I'm not genuinely happy with him right now, but whatever. He's good at what he does here. I thought this was a very fine promo. CM Punk doing CM Punk stuff. Daniel Garcia talking about how he would have been a 23-year-old version of CM Punk now. What was Punk's retort? Oh, he said that if he was 23, he wouldn't be hanging out with the sons of the Nasty Boys, which I thought was pretty funny.
That was great.
Matt Lee and Jeff Parker do their traditional, 2.0 shtick.
You want a taste?
You
give you a taste.
They're so stupid.
It's so good. He's so fucking short.
Why is he like, they're Canadian? They're not even from Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Can we say something though?
They're very entertaining.
I'm so happy for those two guys that they got out of NXT.
I'm so happy for all three of them.
It was a blessing in disguise.
It really was.
Garcia as well.
It really turned, like, you would never have thought, like, all of a sudden 2.0 are going to, like, just show up and be...
I called it! I said as soon as they got released, they'll be in AEW within a week or two. And I remember no one believed me. And I said, they'll be in AEW within a week or two.
I thought, honestly, that they were going to go to TNA. I thought they would have fit better there because TNA has a very, like, loose comedic style. But, like, seeing what we have now, and especially with Garcia being involved as well, this is a fantastic pairing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, like, they're obviously the heaters, and they're great on the mic. Obviously, Matt Lee is a comedic genius on the mic. He's very underrated. He definitely deserves more talk. I hope people are noticing that. Jeff Parker does his thing. He's quite like the straight man, but he's still funny. And then here's little baby Daniel Garcia, who's trying.
Who's a fucking great wrestler.
The weekend he just had
Oh my god, you could only dream of a weekend he just had in wrestling.
The dude just fought Suzuki and Punk in the same weekend.
And Davey Richards.
And Davey Richards, that's right. I forgot
That's
about
a
that. Like,
fucking weekend.
holy shit.
And Alex Shelley.
And that's right.
Talk about four banger matches.
Just talk about a murder's row.
He's on.
Let's get on to the Punk match.
All right,
this match is amazing.
It's so old school.
It's so old school wrestling. And Punk's got the long boys back. Jericho makes that up. I don't know. I guess he's gonna do I think he's gonna save the trunks for like big events.
Gross. I don't like it.
I know. He does. He either needs better tights, which I think is the case, because they make him look puffy. If that makes sense.
They make it.
And he's clearly not puffy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but that regardless of that, the match itself is it's all about who can hit who with just basic maneuvers. And I'm like, wow, this is like an 80s wrestling match on TV, and the crowd's into it.
Yeah.
This is wild shit.
And you want to talk about old school, the good old school pile driver in this match as
Picture perfect spike pile driver from Punk.
I was like, sick.
And the fact that he transitioned it right into the Anaconda Vice for the victory.
Which popped me. I was like, yeah! That means there's one thing left.
You're not getting it!
Pepsi plunges next.
You will get it. I think you'll get it at Full Gear. Let's
fucking do it.
This is just I thought this was a really great match.
This was a great just wrestling match.
Mat-based, just fucking great stuff.
Punk is just doing whatever he wants.
He's having fun though.
I'm gonna have this X-Pac-esque match with Darby Allin. I'm gonna fight the big guy. I'm gonna have just a wrestling match. I'm not gonna be Punk of wrestling old. I'm gonna be new Punk.
People go on and talk about Jungle Boy and Guevara and Allin and
right,
MJF.
Yeah, but I think they're saving them.
Yeah, but dude, the way that they're positioning Garcia here, like
not just that. Look at Will Hobbs too.
Yeah.
Obviously Darby, but like I love this aspect of you know what? Let me start lower and help these really, really young guys before I get to the Pentagons and the Phoenixes and the Jungle Boys and the MJFs and the Jerichos. Because all of those guys, they're made, they're great, but like Will Hobbs, who's still like really new. Or Daniel Garcia, I don't think he's signed yet.
From what we know.
Well, he never got the elite sign.
Neither did Moriarty, but he signed.
That's true.
Yeah. He'll be coming though.
Yeah, again, I still feel like they're waiting for him to finish out all of his contractual agreements because this dude is booked.
Well, Garcia lost the independent title to Shelley this weekend.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was supposed to wait to the news segment for that, but I don't know if anyone watched that show. So I think the thing with Garcia getting the sign is going to be soonish. But here's the thing: I believe they're going to be taking time off maybe after Full Gear or in December because I'm seeing a lot of AEW's talent, book independent dates, for November and December. Don't know if anyone else has caught that.
Well, great match, great opener, great way to start off Rampage.
Yeah, great stuff.
There's a Rampage. Rampage.
After this, we go backstage. Tony Schiavone with Leo Rush, Dante Martin, and Matt Sydal.
And Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal does not like Leo Rush, and Leo Rush does not like Matt Sydal.
Literally just breathes into the mic, and Matt's like, "All right, that's the death out of you, carny piece of garbage.
Okay, give me this.
Give me this fucking.
What the fuck? Give me this. Don't you talk anymore. Okay.
Leo versus Sydal match will be damn fine.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so sick.
He's like, Leo,
but Matt Sydal is pretty much like, why you here?
I don't trust you. I don't trust what you're trying to do here. I think you're trying to scam us. And he's like, and Leo's like, wow, that's pretty big talk for someone who just got you a match with CM Punk on the next episode of Rampage. So,
which will be good.
I'm like, what the fuck?
So, yeah.
Old school. A match that never happened in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but it did happen on Raw.
It happened on an episode of Raw one time.
And I'll let you know, it was good. It was really, they gave it time. It was pretty good.
It'll be better on this episode.
Yeah, but now this is like veteran.
veteran Punk and veteran Sydal.
Veteran Matt
This is
Sydal.
gonna slap.
Which, by the way, you look at that match. What was that? 2008, I think, is when that match happened on Raw. Where that was 2008. It's 2021.
I just realized
and their styles are so different.
Next week, you're gonna have to change the format of the show. You're gonna have to do Rampage first next week if you think about it, and the week after.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, cool. Yeah. Woo.
You're gonna have to sing the Rampage theme song first.
Yeah, it's a Rampage. It's a rug rat. It's a rug rat.
No. All right, so Punk versus Sydal next Rampage is gonna be great.
Yeah, that's sick. That's so sick. But after this, we get tag team title match.
Yep.
It's the Acclaim. Bet you know the name.
Yo.
What? What?
Listen.
Listen.
Adam, listen.
What am I listening
to me. Listen.
Listen. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
He wants everybody to listen.
I love the Acclaim.
I love the Acclaim.
Everybody loves the Acclaim.
I do. I can't. Obviously, it's been a few days. I don't remember any of the rap parts.
I don't either.
So,
we can go over that.
Something about Ben Simmons, and the crowd reacted.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, and that led to a massive Philadelphia crowd chant of "Fuck Ben Simmons," which they probably had to edit out the show.
Is that another Cowboys thing?
No, that's an NBA player.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I'm not.
Who choked in the playoffs for the 76ers. And we all know the Philly crowd, they're fucking ruthless.
Yeah.
You're getting your ass called out.
That's the basketball thing.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So this match is pretty fun. It's a pretty fun tag team match.
It is a pretty fun TV tag. So I've noticed that there's been really I wouldn't say house showy, but more indie on the Rampage with the matches that they do. Because especially a lot of the tag team matches I've seen lately, this felt like a Beyond match. They went out there, they did all their cool spots, they played up to the crowd a lot. It wasn't that long, and everybody got to do something.
Mm-hmm. And
it's there's not a lot of story. Oh, the Acclaim, they're number one. All right, here's your shot now.
So
I knew had to be coming soon.
They put in a good effort here. That Penta and Phoenix looked very strong in this one. They pulled out.
Phoenix hits the most beautiful double cutter.
He does the springboard double cutter. It's great. He's great. He's incredible. Top 10 best wrestlers in the fucking world right now.
I'd say 5.
Probably.
Because this dude does things that nobody else can do.
Yeah,
I hear a lot about this Vikingo guy, but I don't see enough of him.
Oh, yes, please. I think it could be the former Mystical and Dragon Lee.
Dude, they're setting up that match between him and Omega for that belt. Is gonna.
Well, if that happens, I'll watch that because I want to see what this guy is all about. Because I feel like, the audience that he has right now is what Phoenix had a few years ago during the Underground.
Absolutely.
So I'm interested to see what this guy, because has that match happened before?
What? Phoenix and
Vikingo and Phoenix.
I don't have any recollection of that match happening.
No. Well, anyway.
I don't think it has ever happened.
But yeah, Phoenix is just all around.
No, Fight Kingdom and Phoenix shared a ring this weekend at the AAA Heroes Immortalities event.
Was it a one-on-one or was it like a tag?
What?
Was it a one-on-one or was it like a tag?
It was a tag with Laredo Kid with Fight Kingdom and Penta with Phoenix.
Okay.
I bet that match is still pretty rocks.
Yeah.
But So that's that. So, great shit here though.
Yeah, the Lucha Bros stomp in Anthony Bowen's balls and then proceed to give him the assisted Fear Factor for the victory. Lucha Bros are the winners of this match, and then
very fun match.
Yeah, almost after this, I guess we'll save it for when you save down the card. But they've got another title defense coming up on Dynamite, although it is not for the AEW tag team titles.
No, it'll be for the AAA tag team championships. I don't know if they have a...
Why don't you just say the tag? That's in Spanish. Just say the tag team titles.
Oh, is it the... I don't know what they're called.
Just say AAA World Tag Team titles. That's all you have to do.
AAA. Oh, they don't have like Spanish. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they do, but
I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking before we get kicked.
Jade Cargill versus Sky Blue.
By the way, we have
pretty much
first episode. Hold on, I'm gonna say. By the way, first episode. Welcome to us on Podbean for the first time.
Yeah.
We never said that before.
Sky Blue. Jade Cargill.
Sky Blue and Jade Cargill. This match was
a squash.
It's a squash.
It was another Jade Cargill match.
Jade. Sky just hits like a few forearms. This is all Jade. Toss. Kip up. Boot to the face. Sky tries to come back for a little bit. Tries to go.
I will say her transition into the Jaded was pretty cool.
The Castador into the Jaded. 1, 2, 3. Jade wins. Sky's not winning this fucking tournament.
I just wanted to see Sky Blue do more.
But
I hope she gets to do more, which I feel like is going to happen because after this match, let's beat up Sky Blue some more.
Yeah, Jade goes on the attack on Sky Blue after the match, but it gets saved by one Thunder Rosa. So it looks
Who's,
like
one of her. I don't know if she trained her, but I know that they're like, she's very much like
can't just one
helping her get into shows.
Why can't just one babyface just come help the other babyface because it's the right thing to do? I don't. Why is there just got to be a deeper meaning behind it all?
Well, because I follow the careers of both of these ladies.
But it looks like Jade might have her first legitimate feud in AEW with Thunder Rosa, which I
thought was going to be Jade and Nyla, but I guess not. Whatever.
I think if you're going to put Jade up against anyone, there's no better person who could probably get something out of her better than Thunder Rosa.
So,
and not only that, to be fair, Jade Cargill is going to improve.
So by
working with her, absolutely.
Before we get to our main event, before we get to also reading off the card, I do have a question for you too. Now that we know about this tournament with the belt being on the line in January, that's January, so Full Gear will have passed. If Rosa and Jade are going into a feud, who's fighting Britt at the pay-per-view?
Riho.
Really?
I think.
Riho.
Who else?
I'll go outside the box. I'll go Yuka Sakazaki back on excursion.
If they can bring Yuka back for Full Gear, that'd be great.
I heard about this thing that happened in Japan this past weekend with this person I love.
Which person?
I heard she lost her title match.
Oh, well, okay, we'll get to that.
Oh,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in the news segment. All right, but for right now, run down the card before we get into our main event.
I gotta find it again. So fun times for all.
This is literally one of the few things that you have to do. Why is it always that you have to find the card? Why don't you already have it up?
Hold on, while you two guys are running down the card, can I quickly talk with someone who's just in this call with us then quick and come too?
Sure.
It won't mess up the recording, will it?
No.
Okay.
Jamal, I got it.
Jamal, do you want to...
I got it.
All right, go.
So, next week on Rampage, because we're doing that first, I guess. It will be Matt Sydal and CM Punk. That match is going to be cool. The Bunny and Ruby Soho, I guess. Oh, poor Ruby. Or maybe because she doesn't have to work with but Penelope's probably gonna get.
Yeah, Penelope, bad girl and the Bunny reuniting again.
I want to die. Anyway, and then our main event will be the Inner Circle of Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager and Chris Jericho. Oh, why did I blank on that? Against the Men of the Year of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page and Junior Dos Santos, because sure. I also think they announced that I think we're going to hear more about the TBS Championship stuff on Rampage as well. So we'll see what happens there. I think that's all that's been announced so far as we move on with the week. And on Saturdays, special Dynamite. On Saturday night, we're going to see Dante Martin take on Malachi Black. Dante's going to die. Now, the Lucha Brothers will defend their AAA Tag Team Championships against a tag team from AAA or just a masked tag team that Andrade's bringing in.
I think it was announced or who it was rumored to be, but I can't remember what the team was.
Oh, well, too bad. We'll find out on Dynamite. Bryan Danielson's gonna fight Bobby Fish. Because, okay.
That's gonna fucking... Oh, my God. The rematch from the fall from, 2008, I think. That was their last match.
Let's randomly just... Here's this match. Because, yeah, okay, cool. That sounds pretty lit. Yeah. And, the best part about this match is gonna be, who's feuding with Bryan right now.
Yeah.
Well... Mr. Adam Cole,
baby.
And also announced will be the bracket for the AEW Eliminator Tournament where the finals will take place at Full Gear. So, with that being said, this coin that a certain Hangman had, I think, like everybody else has said, there's a place called Full Gear.
Yes.
That Hangman is very synonymous with.
Yeah. Who do you think wins the Eliminator Tournament?
Okay, so if I'm going off the idea that Hangman's winning...
Because my mind is going straight...
I'm going to say...
I'm back.
I'm going to say fuck it. Oh, who are you going to say? Go ahead.
I was going to say my mind's going straight to Cole.
I'm going to say fuck it. Bryan Danielson.
Oh, we on about the Eliminator Tournament?
Yes.
I'm going Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson final, and via some elite chicanery, Adam Cole wins the tournament.
I'm going Bryan Danielson.
All right. Well,
or, as like a dark horse, Jungle Boy.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That's always my pick.
Well, we will see.
Who I wanted to, but if I had the booking ability, it's Luchasaurus.
Yeah, I fucking know.
Or Joey Janela.
After everything he's done with Elevation, I wouldn't be against it.
Joey Janela on Elevation, by the way, fought Crowbar.
His stuff with the what's her name?
And poor Crowbar. Oh, Kayla Rossi. Yeah, she just kills people. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
But yeah, he fought Crowbar, and poor Crowbar, who has this new awful gimmick of this dark, priest gimmick. He's not crazy Crowbar, and so all these indie fans who are excited to see Crowbar are who this guy? And the Philly crowd. This is Philly crowd had zero reaction to Crowbar, and it was sad. And then Crowbar lost, and then the Blue Meanie came out.
Yeah, the crowd popped.
Yeah,
and the crowd popped because it's the Blue fucking Meanie, the best member of the Blue WO, my hero. So that happened on Dark. I just want to bring that up since I brought up George, But yeah, so no, I'm gonna say Bryan Danielson. That's definitely my pick. But that is everything that you have to look forward to this Friday and this Saturday. Also, they've announced for this Wednesday on YouTube, fan vote-ins of your favorite dark elevation matches, and that will be your 2 hours of wrestling on Wednesday night to make up for no Dynamite. So that's kind of neat.
That's cool, if I like to be honest.
And that dark, we'll see who the fans really dig on Elevation, and hopefully that makes, a point to the writers that who they need to look out for. So that's pretty cool. It's a cool idea.
Yep.
But let's get on to our main event. It's a Philly street fight.
Yeah,
it's the FTW Championship. It's Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. But first, we go backstage to Mark Henry.
I don't even remember what was said here.
I don't either, because I don't pay attention to what Brian Cage says.
Starks is like, Cage is a goofball, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna beat him again, and whatever. And Cage is like, who better? Who better? Nobody.
Yeah, that's all I know what to say.
Let's just move on.
This match sucked!
Yeah, this match was...
This didn't deliver.
I thought it picked up at the end, which I feel like is a common denominator with these Brian Cage matches, where I'm like, I get into it in like the last 5 minutes. Because everything at the beginning, he needs to stop being a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And just start being a powerhouse killer.
Just kill people.
Because if he does that, because I know he can, he would be putting on a way better performance. But he's trying all of these high spots and doing all of his crazy things and trying to... I get it. And now that, obviously from watching the Canyon episode, it's like, all right, I get it. He's trying to...
You see what Archer's doing on every single chance he comes... Do that! Do what Archer does, but, with your own twist.
But instead, we get, like, a pretty sloppy, but, like, sloppy in a bad way, street fight.
There's no interest. There's no interest in the match until the end, where everybody started to come out.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Hook.
It only popped to the end.
It's just...
Hook came out, I popped for Hook.
I was kind of surprised he kicked out of the spear. That was like one of the few times where he's like, all right, this match kind of got me. And then what happens? He gets low blowed. He gets by Hook, and then he gets hit with the Rochambeau for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Ricky Starks retains. Hobbs and then Pose on the stage. And what's next for Cage? Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, really, who cares? I think HitKid probably alluded it, but I'm going to agree with HitKid on this, that I think it's Ricky and Punk at Full Gear.
Which is why I'm happy that this feud is moving on.
Which is awesome, because I think Ricky and Punk, just mic work alone, is going to smack. But also Taz and Punk is going to be cool, too. And also, this is leading more and more to my theory that, at Revolution, it's going to be the in-ring debut of Hook and CM Punk, and CM Punk's going to lose to Hook.
So, very interesting episode of Rampage. Again,
one of the, I wouldn't say it was the best, I wouldn't say it was bad either. It was right there in the middle.
We still had Punk and Garcia.
Yeah,
the tag team match was still very fun.
Yeah, the first 30 minutes were great.
Cargill and Sky Blue could have gone without it, but at least it advanced a feud between her and Rosa, so at least we know it's going somewhere. And hopefully this whole thing with Cage and FTW is just done.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please. Please.
Be done and done for good, if we're allowed to be clear.
Please. Send Cage back to Impact for a month.
But that is it for our AEW review. So now it is
time for the news segment. It's the news.
Now
news,
you mentioned
news.
that
it's the news. News. It's the news. News.
You done?
I'm gonna do. I got little songs for all the segments.
Oh god. So you mentioned that Mark said something recently. I might have not caught that because it's not in my.
Yeah, so Mark Henry was on the Busted Open Radio this past week with Bully Ray, and pretty much just went all old school with his, I miss when we could, the wrestlers would be tougher and they would get bullied, and we should be, hazing and doing all the old school tactics to these youngins because they're all weak. And I'm like, this is kind of a weird thing to be saying right now, Mark, when you're in a company like AEW. This is a really bad look. And then obviously what he said about on that same podcast, he was asked about the spot with Pac, and that's when he broke the news about the concussion, which nobody had known of publicly because AEW did not publicly talk about it, or neither did Pac, which is like kind of really fucked up to do that because that's not your right to be just publicly talking about that. Mark Henry had a bad week.
Yeah.
I know HitKid knows a little bit more about the Bully Ray thing as well.
Yeah, it's not the right thing to just be doing, plain and simple.
Why are we still thinking about this kind of a mentality? Why are we publicly talking about it on a very popular wrestling radio station? Like, why do you still think this is, especially coming off of the Plane Ride from Hell episode that we just saw, like, why do you think right now is the perfect time to be talking about how you want hazing to return to locker rooms?
No, it was really bad timing.
Especially when you're in a very prominent position in a backstage role in a company that's very aggressively, pushing a younger generation. Why are you doing this? Bad Mark Henry. Very bad. Very bad week for him.
Yeah.
And then also on top of the Pac situation as well, which is not something you should be doing. You should not be disclosing somebody's medical condition if it has not been publicly given to you, which it seems it has not been. He just said it. So, bad way for Mark Henry.
Yeah, no. Come on. Like, I understand, like, being a part of that time. That's kind of the...
Oh, and also Bully Ray agreed with him, but fuck Bully Ray.
So, you kind you kind of expect this shit with Bully Ray, but it's like, I don't know, you hear this shit from Mark, and it's like, yeah, it's disappointing. Like, I get that's, like, from the era that you really were in, but it's like, as you grow older, your mindset's supposed to change, and it's like, I don't know. We've grown so much past that, and especially considering now after we just covered the Plane Ride from Hell thing like a few weeks ago, I think that time has gone and passed and should forever. But yeah, that's what Adam had. He's gonna come back in for the indie spotlight, of course, but we're just gonna go through some of the
It's a spotlight.
Things. I just want to real quickly. We lost someone in the wrestling community this past week. Former Canadian professional wrestler and legendary belt maker Reggie Parks passed away at the age of 87 after his battle with COVID-19. He's a man that started his career in Stu Hart's Stampede Wrestling back in 1958 and wrestled until 1986, where he retired from active competition. Known just for his just brilliant belt designs in professional wrestling. Some designs you might more famously know for that Reggie did would be the beautiful winged eagle design for the WWF.
I didn't know this until obviously learning a little bit more about him through Twitter. He created the original X Division title.
Yeah, he did. I just learned
like
that
fuck yeah
too. Like while we were doing the podcast, I was like, oh,
he was a great belt maker. He was a great belt maker.
And the original ROH championship.
I believe he
and like all of the WCW championships, except for the world title.
I also think he made the original Intercontinental Championship design as well.
Yes, he did.
So,
and the original Tag Team Championships.
Yes.
So like, and this dude was like, I was listening and I heard some things like well into his 80s, was still just making belts. I was like, that's pretty sick. So yes, very sad to lose somebody that's extremely important behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
In our community.
And you could just feel that because of this outpouring support and just love.
People love belts.
Yeah. This man.
People love belts.
People love belts, and they love the man who was apparently behind
Who made those belts?
Yeah, put all his.
Without those belts, without those belts, what's wrestling?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Reggie Parks, the king of belts, indeed.
Very much so.
But moving on, we've
moving right along. We go.
You're gonna hate me for this one.
Oh, it's time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, listen, what are we? Were we 17 episodes in?
Yeah.
For 17 episodes, we haven't had to talk about it.
Well, she was in the news.
And you know what? You know what the sad part is? You know how fucked up this is for me on like two ends?
So, women's wrestling.
Yeah, you know what? You start. I'm not starting this.
Here we go.
Had its...
Quick question: if we bring in another guest, would we get kicked off the air?
Oh God! No.
He's in the call right now, and I think we should bring him on just for this.
I don't know. I don't know.
Come on, show some balls.
I have trusted him.
This is our first time on Podbean. I don't want to.
I don't know if I trust him on this situation though. He feels very strongly about a particular person in general.
Somebody's wrote in the chat. I almost wrote in the chat. All troll mode activate.
That's why I'm gonna kind of keep it. You know.
All right. So
women's higher, so it's painless for
women's wrestling just had their, what was it, 15th relaunch of their company?
Something like that. With Viacom, with CBS and Viacom, they're gonna be syndicated through I think Access.
So the first we first got news of this because the first major signee that they announced was of one Tessa Blanchard, who hasn't really been talked about or has been like she hasn't signed to any big wrestling company in like over a year, or at least ever since the pandemic started, which was over a year ago. So basically, I don't think I need to say it. You know how Twitter's reaction is, or social media's reaction to Tessa Blanchard. It was not. It was kind of like mixed for a while. Some people were not with it. Some people, I guess, were indifferent to it. They could see why they would sign a woman like Tessa. But then things got a little bit more interesting because the second big signee that they announced was one AJ Mendez was now an executive producer for Women's of Wrestling, and that got everybody talking. Because on one hand, yay, AJ's back in wrestling, and I know it's in an executive producer role, but I like to say.
Oh, she's also going to be on commentary.
Like, dude, give it like 2.
She's also on commentary.
Also on commentary?
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, give it like 2, maybe 3 years. She will have a match. She will have a wrestling match once again. I promise you. But also at the same time, boy, Tessa.
and the first shirt she released.
The nuclear shirt. The nuclear shirt did not help them at all. Like,
bad idea.
Look, I get it. There is a thing in showbiz that's saying there's no such thing as bad publicity. Anything to get people talking about your product, that's what you want. At the same time, though, with everything that is surrounding that one, and you know that women's of wrestling have to know. Everybody knows at this point. That's why so many other companies are like very hesitant to work with her at the moment. But to go in this one and just to be completely tone deaf, absolutely tone deaf to the situation at hand. That is like, why would you go into your next relaunch just creating bad energy, bad vibes with the fan base that you're trying to get?
Idiocy.
It is very much idiocy. You don't have a core fan base. Not a lot of people know what women's wrestling is. So the fact that you go into this and try this garbage like 2 days in, it's ridiculous. If a certain Jamal Bedlam could hear this,
he's in the call.
I will give you legit like 2 minutes to talk about this if you want. However,
we're getting thrown up here.
Do not go overboard with this.
Here we go.
You said 2 minutes. You said 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes.
I'll put him on the clock. Hold on. Okay, 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let me be objective and completely fair. Is Tessa Blanchard talented? Yes. Is she worth having as a talent from the pure talent standpoint and outside of the controversy? Yes. Is she a lightning rod of controversy waiting to happen? And is she worth being signed to a major company? No. Why would you take that risk? Why would you go off of the whole reputation that she's nuclear? That's not a good idea. She got in trouble because she said something that's pretty foul. Something that I'm not allowed to say because I don't want to get these two thrown off the air. But you want to put her on a show, and they're planning to have her as their main woman. That's a great idea. Wow. Just saying. You're taking a very big risk here. It's not that Tessa's not talented. It's just that she's way too nuclear. Bad pun aside, I know. Why take the risk anyway? Anywho, I'm done here.
Right.
1 minute 15. Very nicely done, my friend.
Adam, anything you want to add, or do you just want us to
We're going
move
to
on?
our next segment. I think you want to just move on. I don't think Spice back.
Because I will move on.
I think move on.
Okay. Well, after that, we will go straight into what the biggest news of this week is, I would say, in professional wrestling, but that seems to be SmackDown and AEW, first time ever, going head to head.
I loved Tony Khan's attitude on this.
Yeah, Khan's been talking up a big game on Twitter. He is pumped and ready.
He was pissed. He was pissed off about it. Let's just be blunt.
Oh, I would have been too.
Like he knew exactly why they did this deliberately with a Superstar SmackDown, and he was like, "Fucking bring it!" And that's what you need. To be fair, listen, SmackDown will get the better rating and all that. Can I be clear?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the attitude you need. You know, no cowardly shit. That's the attitude you need.
You really think that they're gonna have the upper hand for the first half hour, at the last half hour of a very, very boring looking card for a SmackDown show? I know, yeah, Becky and Sasha, but like, No, you're leading people into something they're not comfortable with. This is a 10:30 spot for WWE fans. Oh no, what? I have to go to the sleep. I am 70 years old. I can't watch. I can't keep watching. And then all those people are gonna move on over. What did we announce? Why not just kick it off with that Jericho match? I don't know. I think AEW is gonna beat them in that half hour.
That's a very, I would say that's very bold considering the number that they did this week. Although again, that could be thanks to baseball, but it was a very big drop off, I would say, ratings wise. But we're gonna have to see. This is a big time showing here for AEW to show that they're not afraid of the Fed. They're not going to back down, and when the chips are down, they're willing to place all their bets on themselves, saying that they've got the best card around. And we're just going to have to wait and see how this goes. But
I like it. I like the gut story, if you get where I'm coming from.
But that's
from Tony Khan.
But that's all the rumors now out of the way. We now get to talk about some actual wrestling show news. A lot of it coming down from Japan this time around. I know recently Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling just had Wrestle Princess 2, which I watched just a few days ago. Very, very fun show that they put on. My favorite thing about TJPW is that they just have a little bit of everything. Like, character work is very important in this company, and you can see it because everyone is just full of, like, fucking vibrant color and charisma. Some notable matches that took place. Rika Tatsumi, I believe, was the one who made her return in a three-way match against Norika Tenma and Hyper Mizzou in a very fun matchup. Riho made her return as well, teaming up with Shoko Nakajima, Tiny Kaiju, and they went up against the team of Arisu Endo and Suzumi. Aja Kong, Chris Brooks on commentary made it apparent this was Aja's last match in TJPW for a bit because she is dealing with nagging knee injury right now, or knee injuries. I'm not entirely sure what. She teamed up with Moka Miyamoto and went up against Miya Watanabe and Yuki Arai. Very good matchup there. International Princess title, Hikari Noah beat Yuki Aino to defend the belt in a very, very good semi-main event. The Magical Sugar Rabbits, Mizuki and Yuka Sakazaki beat Neo Bishiki Gun of May St. Michelle and Saki-sama. The title changed hands there. Very good match. And in the main event, in a heartbreaking loss, but in one of her best performances to date, Maki Ito came up short against the Princess of Princess Champion.
Yeah, so what's this? What's this? What's this? What? So she lost.
She did lose.
So that's cool. So that means she's coming back to AEW. She's gonna take the belt off of Britt Baker.
People, I was gutted when she lost. I have to admit.
I kind of saw her losing coming.
I didn't see this match, but I want to find it if I can. But I did see this crazy spot on Twitter of this headbutt that Maki gives.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
She gets forearmed and then bounces off the ropes, and in the last desperate attempt, just headbutts her on the way down.
Gives her the Kokeshi.
It is so great.
Yes, I heard she lost, and a lot of people are upset about it, which I get it. But this could mean she's coming here.
It could look, people gotta realize, and I know people already love, but Maki's
also, isn't her whole gimmick is that she loses?
Yeah, that's her thing. She's not designed to win the big one, at least not yet. She's come so far from where she was when she started, but she is still not there yet. She's
sort of like Orange Cassidy.
Yes. Where
it was just gut wrenching when she lost her, because I thought it was the time. I generally thought it was the time for Maki to win the belt. Hold on, just got to deal with my dogs, okay?
Okay.
But I thought it was time to deal with for Maki to win.
I think that Maki will have her time. I think she's too popular for you not to put the belt. But I think now is not the time. I think you really established her as a big time player by having her go through that tournament, having her go up against me on your biggest show, and then just, coming up short. But every single time that she comes back that much stronger. And I think that's going to make the title win that much bigger. And, yeah. But, good show from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. We also had a Pro Wrestling Noah show as well. It featured the main event of Katsuhiko Nakajima taking on the champion Naomichi Marufuji, and in a very, very stellar matchup, Katsuhiko Nakajima actually beats Marufuji and becomes a two-time GHC World Champion in the first time he has held that World Championship since 2017. And so to say that this championship win for Nakajima was a long time coming was an understatement. I feel like a lot of people have felt that he should have had the belt a while ago. Now they really seem like to be taking what they have and they're running with it. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they are going to do with Nakajima next. Plus, his first opponent right out of the gate, Masato Tanaka. So that's going to be
Masato Tanaka.
Yeah. So that's
okay. Cool.
That's going to be very fun. That's going to be a very, very fun match.
And Marufuji?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But after that, let's go just quick G1 update real quick. Just a few shows happened. I know we missed like 2 weeks, but I'm not going to go over every show. I'll just go over the past two shows because one of these shows broke my heart. So on the October 8th show on Friday, Yoshihashi beat Tama Tonga. Hiroki Goto beat Chase Owens. Sonata would lose to Jeff Cobb. Tanahashi would lose to Evil. And Okada would beat Taichi. So now, as the points stand, we have Tama Tonga at 2 points with 1 win, 5 losses. Yoshihashi at 4 points with 2 wins and 4 losses. Hiroki Goto with 4 points with 2 wins and 4 losses. Chase Owens with 2 points with 1 win and 5 losses. Sonata with 4 points, 2 wins, 4 losses. Jeff Cobb with a resounding 12 points, 6 wins, no losses. Tanahashi with 3 wins, 3 losses. Evil with 5 wins, 1 loss at 10 points. Okada with 6 wins, no losses, 12 points. And Taichi at 2 wins, 4 losses, 4 points. So anyone with below 6 points is out of the G1 thanks to Okada and Jeff Cobb. So it seems like B Block is coming down entirely to Evil, Okada, and Jeff Cobb. Which
Jeff Cobb is an awesome shout.
Dude, if Jeff Cobb goes on to the finals, I would not bat. Not, he's been freaking perfect. However,
but you named somebody there, and his name is evil.
Yeah, that's the thing that worries me. Because if this all comes down to Evil making the finals, I quit. I give up. I can't do it. I invested all my time, my effort on.
Oh God, are we talking G1?
Yes, I just.
What's
want
it like now? What's it like on the other side?
Well, on the other side, so on the recent show for A Block, the Saturday.
It's down to 4, ain't it? I believe on the other side.
So on the other show, Zack Sabre Jr. beat Kenta. No wait, Kenta beat Zack.
Kenta beat Zack.
Hell yeah.
Toru Yano beat Yujiro Takahashi by countout.
All right.
Shingo Takagi beat Tonga Loa. And in the main event, Kota Ibushi beat the Great Okan. So now
what? Oh, that's fucked up.
It's down to.
How's that?
Did you see that? Did you see that knee Ibushi delivered on Okan?
Yes.
The one with.
Yeah.
Is he? So he's like in like the top 4, right?
So.
Right.
All right. So
B Block is plain and simple Okada Cobb. Let's just be blunt.
No, it's Okada, Cobb, and Evil.
I don't count Evil. I don't want to count him.
He's only got 1 loss.
Sonata's going to spoil him in the final match.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Don't tell me you think Evil's winning B Block.
I think Evil's winning B Block.
This man's the so-called host of this podcast. He should be thrown out.
I don't want him. Trust me, no part of me wants him to win B Block.
You're fired.
If Evil wins B Block, I'm blaming you.
If Evil wins B Block, you're fired.
But A Block's looking like Zack.
It's the Great Okan. The Great Okan.
Yano.
Great Okan's out.
And the
Shingo.
Yano.
No, Okan's still in this. Ibushi's the one.
Let's go.
Ibushi's the one closest. He's in first place. He's got 6 wins. He's got 12
He's got
points.
12.
But Shingo,
Zack,
Zack, and Kenta both come in at 10 points. Yano
for Kenta.
and the Great Okan have 8 points. Meanwhile, Tonga Loa has 4 points. And Yujiro has 4 points. I think they're both.
Well, let's go.
I think they're both.
Final.
I know on the next card it's Zack versus Yano, which could be a bit of an anomaly. That is good. That I actually think Zack's going to win that match and really bring in the 3-way tie factor.
Dude,
Listen.
Yano always gets that 1 win. I think that might be his 1 win.
Listen,
If Yano wins it, he's a contender. Think about this. He's on 10 points.
I just figured it out. Listen, I figured it out.
All right.
I know how this is ended.
Okay.
I'm an expert in New Japan.
No. Okay.
I know how this ends. Simple booking. Who is the current IWGP World Champion?
Shingo Takagi.
You're wrong. Will Ospreay.
Oh
no.
Your finals. It's Evil and the Great Okan. And the Great Okan wins and goes on to fight and betray Will Ospreay, and he becomes the leader of the United Empire. And then he wins the belt at Wrestle Kingdom Night 2.
Throw him out.
Look,
Throw him out.
if that were the case,
Hold on,
I don't
call.
No, I would hate it. I would absolutely fucking hate it. But
no, it'd be the best thing ever. It would finally it would cement New Japan as being like they finally jumped the shark.
Hold on, one of my dogs is playing up.
It's a great idea.
No, you're not wrong there. They would have officially jumped the shark, but as it stands, B Block
or they would bunny up.
Shut the hell up. As it looks right now, B Block very much looking like the Cobb, Okada, and Evil show. Meanwhile, A Block still looking kind of open-ended. We're going to see how these other nights stack up, but just by like points and everything else, A Block looking a whole lot more interesting than B Block right now because like half the field is out. More than half of the field is out on B Block right now. So that's disappointing. But that's it for me. Now we're just gonna take it to Adam for our indie spotlight.
It's indie spotlight.
No more.
What?
No more songs. We're done.
Right, got it. But I am though.
What do we think's happening with this mess in the G1 though? Like seriously, and around the world title.
I don't know.
I think the final of it. I think the final will be
cut
what
off.
will come down to Cobb Okada. I think Sonata spoils evil.
I'm hoping it's Cobb and Okada because I can deal with that. But I don't know. I don't know.
Who wins A Block though? That's the tricky.
Shingo.
So are you going overall tournament?
Shingo.
You think Shingo's going to win it all?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think because of the whole Naito situation, he's going to get the chance to Naito, and then he's going to go on to face Ospreay, and then we're going to see who's the best between Shingo and Ospreay on night number 2 of Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh. We can move on.
But now it is time for your indie spotlight, Adam.
It's in the spotlight. Okay, hi everybody. How are you? See, I told you I was going to do it again. You don't like the songs? I like the songs. So welcome to the indie spotlight. We're talking about the indies, and I guess Impact, because that's India, I guess. Because the high is mean.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Knockout.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about it. Yes, I guess we'll
And
talk about it here.
Really,
I watched. I perused. I saw GIFs and stuff. I don't think I watched the full-on match yet. I really wanted to go back.
I really like.
What did you watch?
I really like Masha and Diana. And
yeah, I hear that match is really good. I want to go back and watch that.
Very good.
I have to watch it.
I also heard that the Monsters Ball was pretty fun. I did see Kimberly take a muscle buster into thumbtacks. That seemed pretty sick. Mercedes Martinez won the tournament final, so she's going to have an opportunity to fight either Diana or Mickie James.
Her versus either one of those women sounds great. Sounds fantastic.
So that's kind of crazy. You know, look at Mercedes Martinez, leaves and NXT, boom, all the way.
And that's the debut coming up.
So
the follow Kate Rice and Billy Kay.
Yeah, so the Decay.
I think I'm going to say this. I think Impact for them. I think Impact the perfect fit for him. Did you lose me there for a second?
You sound a bit robotic.
Yes, as Hit was trying to mention. At the end of the night, the main event, Decay retained the Knockouts Impact Tag titles against the Influence of Tennille Dashwood and Madison Rayne. And then following that, big surprise, the Inspiration, Casey Lee and Jessie McKay, the former Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, are coming to Impact at Bound for Glory. And people are saying that they're signed. I don't know if that's been officially confirmed yet.
Great fit for Impact.
But I think you're looking at your next Knockouts Tag Champions. I think they're a great addition to this Knockouts Tag division that needed a little bit of help. Again, they lost a lot of women like a few months ago, and they've been trying to rebuild. And I think, and also, like I said, Masha apparently got signed, but I guess that was only to the crowd, or they haven't announced it, or maybe they'll announce it on Impact. You add her to the main singles division. You're bringing in the Inspiration, who can be tag division and singles eventually. Either way, you're looking at a pretty good Knockouts division coming up. Even though I know that there's some doubters who don't think that this Inspiration thing is that big of a deal. How do you feel about it, guys?
Honestly,
there we go. Should be better.
Yeah, you sound great. I'll let you go first.
We talk about the Impact show.
Well, how do you feel about the Inspiration coming to Impact? Do you think it's a big get for them?
I think it's a good get for them, and I think it's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect fit.
Love it.
I'll just go and close my back door, but I think it's a perfect fit.
I love it, but I've never been that big of an Inspiration fan to begin with. But I think they're a perfect fit for Impact. I think Impact takes characters like these, run with it to their fullest potential. So I think they'll thrive on a show like Impact Wrestling. So yeah, I'm all for it. I hope they succeed.
Also, Impact last week we didn't get to mention was I wanted to mention of the New addition to Impact Wrestling, the Digital Media Championship.
Hate it.
That belt is not good looking.
The belt is iffy, but I do like the concept.
No, he's on the other show.
What?
Yeah.
No, not Effie.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I do think Impact is doing something that I felt like the 24/7 title really should have been utilizing, is using social media. They have this YouTube platform they have. They also have Impact Plus. They do use a lot of social media through Twitter a lot. I feel like this is a cool idea. It's also a tertiary title for all the really lower tier guys. I don't have an issue with it. The belt, on the other hand, is very AEW looking.
I just think it looks very gaudy. But I'm excited to see what they can do. Hopefully they utilize it better than what WWE did.
It'll be the champion will be crowned in a 6-way. Bound for Glory's pre-show. So yeah. So that's about it for Impact. It's an Impact. Hikaleo's on Impact now, Sahaya. Don't you like that?
No.
You're missing out, my friend. You're missing out. So this past weekend we had a few shows. We'll run down one of them that actually happened after a different show, because we're going to talk about that show after this, because it needs its own segment. But Beyond Wrestling returned officially with its Uncharted Territory Season 3. It's weekly televised, well, not televised, but weekly airing
you can
show
watch
on
it on
IW Independent
TV.
Yes. And it was weekly. It was one of my favorite things before COVID happened. It's how I got into a lot of these new names who are now on AEW and in GCW frequently. But the big thing coming out of that show was Alex Shelley. He beat Daniel Garcia in the main event, and this would later go on. Also, Layla Hirsch lost to Wheeler Yuta in a defense for the Independent Wrestling World title that Wheeler Yuta won. But this would kind of lead to the two of them having a slight confrontation that led to, I forget where it was. I know it was an IWTV event. It was an IWTV branded event. It was like they bring a bunch of the companies that work for them. Yeah. And Alex Shelley, your new IWTV world champion, which is pretty sick. Good for Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
And I heard that match was really good between him and Wheeler Yuta. Maybe this is a Wheeler Yuta full-time AEW run thing coming up, because he was champion for a very long time.
Yeah. I still gotta check out those 4 matches that he did, because they all sound really fucking good.
Yeah, well, get IWTV. It's a really good thing especially for Beyond. Beyond kicks ass. You can also currently watch Borscht at the Beach, which I heard was a really, really good event as well. But also, was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday before Fight Club. JCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling, presented Locked Up.
I watched this on YouTube.
Did anybody here watch it?
I heard about what happened at the end.
I watched the event.
I'm not gonna go over everything. I didn't watch everything. But so just a few shouts. I did watch Josh Bishop kill 3 guys in a handicap match. That was pretty fucking sick. The best spot in this match, Sahaya, you should watch it. It's free on YouTube. So he sets up a guy like in the Raven position in like the corner, and then he puts a table over that guy, and then he takes a guy. It's a door. Sorry, he puts a door. Then he grabs a guy, and then he Death Valley drivers the guy through the door and the guy who's underneath the door. It was pretty sick. Josh Bishop rules.
Sounds dope.
Yeah, no, he just killed people. He killed 2 guys, and then Levi Everett, the Fighting Amish, came out, and then he died. So that was sad. But that was about it for that. Billy Starks and John Wayne Murdoch beat Bam Sullivan and Slade, the goons of the evil Charles Mason.
Fuck Charles Mason.
I heard Grim Reaper and Nick Wayne had a pretty fun match, but the main event of the evening was the final encounter between Everett Connors and Charles Mason. This feud has been spanning quite a few months now. We've even talked a little about it here on the podcast before when we talked about JCW. This all spanned back to when Charles Mason tried to put a bag and suffocate poor Billy Starks all the way back in the summer. And then this became a blood feud between the two of them, and it all culminated here in this big-ass steel cage match, which I thought, which was really the only real match that I kind of fully watched. I thought was really entertaining for the first time for both these men inside of a steel cage, and the first time for JCW to be putting on a spectacle like this. It's very expensive to get a steel cage, So it's cool that they were able to do this. The house was pretty okay. I would say there was at least 120 people there, which is pretty cool. This match was really entertaining, and it all came down to the end when Slade and Bam, they were able to break into the cage, and then they started to help Charles Mason beat the shit out of Everett Connors after Everett Connors was getting the upper hand on Charles, and then Billy came out, and John Wayne Murdoch also came out to help out, and they took care of Bam and Slade, and then some random person in a hoodie shows up. And everybody's like, who's the person?
I knew who it was straight away.
I did too. Well, I was spoiled, but even if I didn't, I would have been like, oh my god. But yeah, so if you pay attention to the interwebs of Twitter, there has been a romance brewing between Everett Connors and somebody. And that somebody turned out to be the person in this hoodie. After she beat up Charles Mason, Everett Connors was able to get the victory, and it was revealed to be Charlie Evans is finally back in wrestling after being, stuck in Australia.
I couldn't believe it.
The violence artist has shown up, and the romance was beautiful, and they kissed, and everybody cheered, and I cried.
The best thing about the best thing about this is that no one told Everett.
Yeah, no, he had no idea.
He had no idea.
Which I think I love shit like that. I love the same thing with Fuego del Sol when he didn't know he was getting the contract. Little things like that just bring out the real pure emotion. I mean, again, this was a romance that blossomed on Twitter. They had never met each other beforehand, and then they started to, they dug each other, and then look at that, the worlds came together, and good on JCW for doing that. And now she's taken independent U.S. booking. She's now officially stated in St. Louis. She's in the States.
Oh, man.
So expect Charlie Evans to show up at a lot more of these independent shows. And I know she's been digging into a bit more of a violent side lately. So, a Charlie Evans death match.
I wish she had gotten a better state than St. Louis, bro. That sucks.
Well, that's where Everett lives.
That sucks as well.
Oh, bye.
But that's where all of my BSB people are from.
Oh, God. I commend them for all making it work, but to live in St. Louis, bro.
Randy Orton.
Yeah?
Yeah, so that's cool to see. She's here. I'm already in my mind, the first match I want Alley Cat and Charlie Evans. So that was JCW. Very fun show. It's free on YouTube. I think it's about an hour and a half. 2.5 hours, I mean. It's very simple. It's very entertaining. You get what you need. It's a quick wrestling fix.
Shut the fuck up, Matt. St. Louis is a state if I fucking say so.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The other big thing coming out of the show, actually, we do have sad news coming out of the show slightly.
What?
As one Ellis Taylor, who is involved in a 6-man Lucha Rules match, he is 1/4 of Young Dumb, and broke.
Yeah, he separated his shoulder.
He separated his shoulder.
I will get into Young, Dumb, and Broke a bit later on because I actually want to say something on the GCW section about Young, Dumb, and Broke.
Talk about fucking Oliver.
Yeah, but yes,
I want to say something about that though.
We will. Speedy recovery to Ellis Taylor. Hope the separated shoulder isn't too bad, and he can get back in the ring. Young, Dumb, and Broke is such a great pairing together that losing one of them kind of does feel like it can screw up mentality, but hopefully it doesn't. But besides that, we did have the Aftermath show that happened on Sunday. So I don't think really anything on this show is going to affect what we're going to talk about, so I can talk about it. But Alley Cat and Mercedes Martinez had a really good match, I heard. So Alley Cat picked up the victory in that.
Suzuki murdered Janela.
Colby Carino got murdered by AJ Gray, which I saw some of these lariats. AJ Gray just loves to lay them in, and Colby Carino is such a skinny boy. Dante Leone and Tony Deppen, I saw some really cool shit between the two of them. They worked out really well. Dante Leone at one point went for his Phoenix Splash cutter that he likes to go for his finisher. Tony Deppen just fucking knees him right in the middle of he's upside down in the middle of the air, and he just knees him in the top of the head, and then Dante just dies. So that was really cool to see, and I heard Starboy Charlie and Alex Zane was very entertaining as well. But the semi-main event was a deathmatch. Colon and Jimmy Lloyd. It ended in a referee's decision with Alex Colon picking up the victory. Typical deathmatch stuff there. But Minoru Suzuki murdered Joey Janela. What the hell? Why is this a thing that's happening? What is wrestling in 2021? It doesn't matter anymore. Joey Janela tried to smack Suzuki, and Suzuki got up and said, fuck that shit, and smacked him straight in the face.
I heard the match was absolutely fantastic.
Again, Joey Janela is a good wrestler. I hate this theory that he's a nothing wrestler.
I think it's just his style that people don't
He has a unique style.
He does.
That's what makes him different.
Yeah.
He's got the bad boy style. It's bad boy summer. Before we get into our big segment, just a couple announcements from GCW. 3 matches have been officially announced for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 7. Those being Calvin Tankman versus J.R. Kratos, Davey Richards versus Yuya Uemura, and Marina Shafir will take on Masha Slamovich.
Nice.
Also, a few things that were announced for War Ready, if we haven't announced them yet. We're going to have Jonathan Gresham and Alex Zane. I have no idea how that match is going to go. Nick Gage and Suzuki, I think we announced that already. Another match that we can't talk about till we get to the next segment. But also Zahaya's favorite, Psycho Clown.
Ah!
You gotta watch it.
Psycho Clown will be in GCW. Zahaya, how excited are you?
I want to not be here.
Also, we have a few announcements for the next Nick Gage Invitational Deathmatch Tournament, November 13th. Alex Colon, Akira. And also 2 imports coming from Japan. So it looks like we're getting some people returning. Rin Yamashita, the deathmatch. She's like a deathmatch girl. She's in Big Japan. She's really cool. She's like one of the few that actually does it. And also the deathmatch legend himself, Masashi Takeda, will be returning to GCW.
I saw recently take a fucking fort block to the back and the forks had stuck into him, if you all saw that on Twitter.
Incredible. Like why? But sure. And also, because it's kind of funny to mention Mance Warner also fucked Gangrel sometime over the weekend as well. So, yeah, all right. And besides that, I don't really have much else I can announce right now. Because, VXS will be taking the month off. The owner, Isaac, is taking the month off to just relax. But they'll be back next month, so, VXS will be returning. GCW will also be returning. JCW will also be returning next month with their version of Survivor Series. So that'll be fun. I'll definitely be trying to get to that. That's about it. I got nothing else.
All right. Let's talk about
That's the But yeah, let's talk about our third segment of the night. GCW's Fight Club. The literal biggest event in GCW history.
The biggest main event they've ever produced so far.
The biggest show they've ever had.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Opening contest. I'll be quite honest. I didn't get into the show until the tag match, second match of the night. So you're gonna have to. I know that Leo showed up.
Leo Rush, Alex Sane,
and Ninja Mac, but I only got into the show at the third match.
I got into it more at the second match where I did catch pre-highlights, but this was flippy shit.
I saw the gifs on Twitter.
I saw the insane gif of the backspring over the top rope into a flip Sunset Flip by Ninja Mac. This man is insane. I need to go back and see this because I can only imagine what these three men did with each other. That's wrong.
That sounded weird, bro.
Yeah, it did.
Alex Zane gets the victory, though, apparently. Tag team match. Chris Dickinson and Starboy Charlie taking on Joey Janela and Marco Stunt. The veterans and their young boys.
Yeah. And this was good shit.
It was really fun tag match. I liked it. Dickinson and Charlie.
Dickinson and Charlie may die in LA, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dickinson and Charlie will be taking on Jacob Fatu and Juicy for now.
Yes!
Oh, we also forgot to mention Jacob Fatu no longer the MLW champion.
Oh yeah, he lost.
Where the fuck is he? Is his contract coming up with MLW?
I don't know.
Oh, and Tajiri also won a belt.
He won the MLW middleweight championship. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think Dickinson will be fine against Fatu and
Starboy's
gonna have some trouble.
Charlie's in trouble. But I didn't get to see this one. But the next match I did see, and I have some opinion.
This match was so fucking mid.
Oh boy.
Okay.
To say that babyface Jordan Oliver doesn't work in GCW is an understatement.
I'm going to go off on this. I agree with Sahaya, this match was mid. And it's for the exact same reason babyface Jordan Oliver doesn't work. Can I say something? The crowd wanted to see a fucking double turn!
They did!
I thought it was...
Let's go straight!
I think it was going to happen.
I honestly think in the third bout, I'm not even joking, because there's going to be a third bout, it's probably going to be a hardcore match. Follow up the result of this. I think you need to do the double turn here. I think in the third bout, and you have all those fucking young, dumb, and broke bastards, even the one with the separated shoulder, 4-on-1 beatdown. I'm not joking on this.
Yeah?
Because this is crazy. That crowd in the shoulder, which has been notorious for hating 440, and notorious for hating, let's be honest, members of that group, fucking got behind Atticus Kruger.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah, that was the most surprising thing about it.
At the beginning, it was like half the crowd hated him, half the crowd were really behind him. But at the end, they were like fully behind. Yeah, fucking skewered this piece of shit, Jordan Oliver. Who gives a shit?
And you want to know why I'm saying...
there were some cool points. I thought the Jordan Oliver cutter from the top rope through the door was really sick.
But that was the finish.
Yeah, I liked it. My issue with the thing here is that I don't think Jordan, we know, he's a wrestler. He does the wrestling. Yeah. Atticus lately, he's been very deathmatch. This is him stepping away a little bit from that, trying to do the wrestling himself. I don't think Atticus is a bad wrestler. I just don't think these two have the best chemistry, especially outside of what Atticus does best. When these two go at it again, which I think is going to be in a death match, which is going to be interesting for Jordan to be stepping into, I think we're going to have a bit more of what we were expecting from this.
Yeah, but I want the double turn in the death match. I want to see
especially with how this ended, the double turn has to be happening.
I think the double... Not only that, though, I think it needs to be a double turn, which I think could set Kogar up for a big match at the Hammerstein. I think there's only one match for Kogar at the Hammerstein, and I think it's a match a lot of GCW fans have wanted for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to spell it out, surely.
Alright.
Adam, you know the match.
I have two in my head. One that you're thinking and a different one, but we'll wait.
We'll shoot them later. But yeah, I think it's now the time to turn this man. I think if you do the deathmatch with him and Jordan, it's time to turn him.
It comes to the literal point where Oliver does this sick cutter through the table, puts him back in the ring, he pins him, and the crowd boos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
and
wow.
they booed the respect. They booed the respect.
They don't.
And then
Yeah.
as soon as Oliver turns his back, fuck you! Fuck you! Here's me skewers in your head, and the crowd's like, yeah!
I was genuinely like surprised that he took him. I didn't think this was gonna be something that we were gonna like. I thought this was like, okay, here's a little fun dream match, throw it on the card. I wasn't expecting this to be like, oh, we're going somewhere with this.
If they do that death match in Atlantic City, which I think they will do, I think the crowd will actually double turn, and I think they will back Korga to win.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
I think they will back Atticus to win that match.
I think we got to see where this one might go, because I'm excited. I'm interested now that we know. But after this, Brett Lauderdale gets in the ring. He's here to make the announcement, not the announcement, but an announcement that they have set a brand new attendance record for the Showboat. Brett Lauderdale extremely on his game tonight because he's so happy. But before he can make the big announcement,
oh, radio, tell me everything you know.
Here comes the man, the myth, the legend, the deathmatch king, the Michael Jordan of wrestling figure collecting. That is the one and only Matt. Don't call him Zack Ryder Cardona. This man was screwed out of his GCW championship, and he was also screwed out of his internet championship. And he's here tonight to put his GCW career on the line to get his title back.
How can you be screwed out of the internet championship if Effie is the internet?
Effie is the internet.
Effie is the internet, Adam.
Screwed.
And the booze came from the top row, we can be clear.
He's put his whole GCW career, because Effie made it pretty clear he was not going to put up this belt unless Cardona had put up something in equal value. And so Cardona said he put up his entire GCW career on the line for that internet championship. So now it's Effie and Cardona.
Outside of the gimmick. I liked this match.
I really liked this match.
I was extremely I was like, damn, Effie brought his game tonight. And Matt Cardona, I think they meshed really well together. There was some really close near falls. I love that Effie calls the Rough Rider the Zack Ryder. I think that's amazing.
He calls it the Sack Rider.
Cardona reversed it at one point. It's like an alley-oop that looked really fucking rough. But these two just fucking brawled. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Damn good match.
Finish came. The lights went out. Wait, did the lights go out? I think the lights went out.
No, the lights didn't go out.
Okay,
the lights didn't go out. Remember, Effie clocked Alley Cat with a Churbam mistake. And then all of a sudden, there's a masked person in the ring.
Masked person comes in.
Oh, they're a masked person. There's a running thread here tonight. AEW, JCW, GCW. There's something going on, and we need to know who these people are.
So this masked person hits Effie. Cardona takes advantage.
Did you know who it was?
I knew immediately.
I knew immediately
who it was.
As soon as I saw the bill, I'm like, I know who that is.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know who it was.
I knew exactly who it was as soon as it was under the mask.
For a quick second, I was like, Brian.
No, I knew it was. I knew who it was going to be. So Matt hits the radio silence. 1, 2, 3. Wins back the internet championship. His
career is still intact.
Yeah, and the masked person takes off their mask. And who should it be? It's Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
and this is the part where I'm going to quote Adam again, saying, "Oh, after a few run-ins with some of the GCW fans, I don't think Chelsea Green is going to be coming to GCW anytime soon. So that makes you wrong twice on the same episode. You fucking mark." How does it feel to not be right about anything ever?
Well, I I mean, sure. But you want to talk about mid.
What? This was like perfect. This was the perfect role for her.
I do agree. This might be the best thing so far she's done since coming back to the Indies. I'm still just very mid on this woman.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's absolutely perfect.
I do. I will say I am interested in the idea of her and Alley Cat having a singles, and then
I think it's gonna be.
Why not do the big blow off mixed tag?
I think it's gonna be an intergender tag team match between Cardona and Chelsea against Bussy, hopefully with some sort of stipulation added to it.
Bussy is fine, though.
Bussy is fine.
I hope. Have you seen Effie's new hairstyle? It's insane. But yeah, really good match. Very entertaining.
I liked that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought this was really good. We're going to take a quick commercial break. 15 minutes later, we're back. We got a 7-way scramble.
So at this point, I went to go get something to eat. I went to go get McDonald's because of the 15-minute. It took forever, though. I missed the match. I missed the match. And I missed fucking Thunder Rosa making her GCW debut, and I was so pissed.
Well, yeah, Jimmy Lloyd picked up the victory here in the 7-way scramble. It was him. It was ASF, Braden Lee, my boy Calvin Tankman, my boy Dante Leone, the based god, not the base god, the based god. There's only one base god. His name is Sean Spears. Maybe that guy in the mask with the chair. He might be up there too. And it's Gringo Loco. And it's like, cool, all right, here we go. And then fucking Thunder Rosa shows up. I'm like, what? So far, we've had Chelsea show up. Thunder Rosa's now here. And not only is she here, she's wrestling. And this match was it's your traditional GCW scramble. There was some really cool high spots. Calvin Tankman killed. The opening was all 6 people and Calvin Tankman and Jimmy Lloyd and Gringo Loco. But Gringo Loco and Jimmy Lloyd kind of just stood there, and all the other 4 guys and Thunder Rosa all tried to go and attack Calvin Tankman, and they all just bounced off his body, and they got choked, and they got slammed. So that was a really fun way to start the match. There's just a lot of really crazy spots. Braden Lee doing incredibly, amazing red, old school style, just flips through the air. Dante just being amazing. Can't put him over enough. Gringo Loco is very impressive and very entertaining to watch. ASF has been a new person that I didn't really know about until, a few months ago. This kid is...
He's really good.
Really fucking good.
Yeah.
There are some crazy luchador spots in here between him and Gringo and Dante and stuff that are just what are these spots? Jimmy Lloyd, but he picks up the victory here. Thunder Rosa was also very entertaining. She was a little off at points, but it's a different vibe. It's a different size ring as well. But she looked really good, and the crowd was really excited, and I was excited, and everybody was excited. And it was also just kind of like a genuine surprise. She's just going everywhere. Very entertaining way to come back. Your traditional GCW scramble. After that, we get this very old school hardcore 6-man tag match.
I did not vibe with this.
And this is me. I'm the guy. These are my guys, but I agreed with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
This match went 15 minutes. I thought it went 5 minutes too long, and I don't think they utilized what they had here. An old school hardcore match is cool, but I felt like it took a long time to get to what people really wanted. You have Mance Warner and Matt Justice, who are just doing an amazing run right now as tag champions, killing people in these hardcore matches. AJ Gray's been doing death matches lately, and he just murders people. And on the other side, you have 3 legitimate deathmatch wrestlers, 2 being 2 of the greatest of all time in G. Raver and Cologne, and an up-and-comer in Akira who's making his GCW debut. And they kind of just wrestle for 7 minutes.
Yeah, you wanted this to be wild.
Yeah, and then when they start getting wild, it was like some door spots, some tables, a little bit of blood here.
They did like a triple dive, which was that looked cool.
Yeah, this was a bit.
But,
this was the.
And then the match, and then like it. Second Gear Crew picked up the victory, and I was like, that was kind of like disappointing because I was really hoping for a lot more violence. Because I mean, honestly, I know why they saved it because of the main event. They were going to put all of their effort into that. But I would have liked a little bit more creativity.
However, there was a post-match thing on this which was entertaining.
Yeah,
and it's happening in LA this in a week or two.
So Mance Warner and AJ and Matthew Justice get on the mic. They pretty much make it clear that they're the best tag team right now running. There's nobody who could get to where they are and take the belts from them. They challenge anyone who could come out and fight them. And then the fucking Briscoes show up.
Reach for the sky, boys. The boys! The boys!
The fucking Briscoes are here. ROH has finally joined wrestling in 2021. I guess the contract thing has been lifted.
Well, I think it's like the pandemic as a whole just kind of put things in a really shitty situation. So it was like, all right, yeah, sure.
Well, because they also because like another ROH announced wrestler has been announced for an AEW branded event. Danhausen's going to be on the Jericho Cruise.
Yeah,
and he's an ROH contracted wrestler. So it's a thank God ROH, you finally have joined us. Because that's it at this point right now. At this point, if ROH is going to be lenient and actually start treating the independent contractors the way that they're supposed to be, that leaves WWE as the only place left doing it, and that just makes it look even worse on them.
Agreed.
Like Jonathan Gresham is currently wrestling outside, and he has a very prominent role within with ROH. But like for this to be like this is bigger than a Jonathan Gresham, who's already big in his own right. This is bigger. This is the fucking Briscoes. These are cornerstones of ROH.
Mm-hmm.
To show up in a GCW event of all places, first of all places,
and they're going against
that's got to say something. And it's going against Mance and Matt, which, oh my God.
I think they could win the titles, by the way.
I'm so ready for like 2005, 2006 old school Briscoes to just go bloody and battered with Matt and Mance.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
Legitimate shocking moment. Thunder Rosa, the Briscoes, Chelsea. As much as I'm not a big fan, she's still a big deal. Already, this was an all-timer show for them because those are Leo Rush comes back.
And
Mick Foley's here.
And the surprises didn't stop there, but we'll get to that when we get to the main.
Then we get to one of my favorite matches of the night.
This was a very, very good match.
Shane Mercer and Yo-Yo. I've talked my ear off to Zahaya about how much Shane Mercer is amazing.
This dude, Shane Mercer, just does wrestling moves we created with our toys.
With our toys, yeah.
Yeah, he does moves we used to do in all the figure feds, if we're allowed to say it.
It's like
so the issue here. So the story here is coming off of last month's GCW show. In that ladder match that we talked about where they got murdered by Shane. So now we're having the singles match. Yo-Yo is a much smaller man. He's a really quick kid.
Yeah.
Shane Mercer is what Brian Cage wishes he was.
He's just a freak. He's a freak.
A legitimate freak of nature.
2 minutes into the match, literally picks up Yo-Yo, tosses him into the crowd.
Not just tosses him into the crowd, tosses him over the ring post into the crowd.
Yeah.
Says, fuck you, kid. And by the way, he does it again.
He's a freak. He's a freak.
My favorite spot in the whole match was the springboard lion salt slam.
The springboard moonsault and battery.
It's a lion salt, though.
Yes. Lion moon.
What the fuck? He hits... the finish of this match.
Oh, my God.
The moonsault tombstone.
A moonsault tombstone.
How is that possible?
How is Yoya not dead?
Oh, is he alive? Did you see the fucking? I don't know what it was like. The top rope tombstone pile driver he did on Yoya as well.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he also hits this like, I don't know how to call the power slam that he did.
It was like he was in a power bomb position, and he like picks him up by both hands, and then he twirls him out of it and picks him up into the fucking power slam. I've no idea.
Killed this kid.
I've never seen anything. He pulled out like 5 moves I've never seen before in my life.
And Yoya's looked really good in this match as well. I mean, nothing to take away from Yoya. It's just Yoya knew what his position in this match was.
Yeah.
But he still had I think Yoya still had a lot of really fun spots. But, like, the ones you're going to remember are Shane Mercer's. I say this all the time when we talk about him. It baffles me that no one has...
He needs to be signed. Mm-hmm.
Like, Impact, perfect place. They need a main event scene. This guy, right here.
Especially against a guy fucking
ROH.
Josh Alexander.
ROH, perfect fit as well for a guy like this. They like a wrestler. Here's a guy who can do it, all that and more. And also look at his physique. Now, the one thing about Shane Mercer that I'm not very familiar with, because I don't see it a lot, is I don't know what his mic skill is like. But in the same vein of somebody like Ricochet, who's not the best of mic at all, just makes up for it in everything that he does in the ring. And Shane Mercer does that in folds. This match was just, hey, I'm going to do crazy things to this little kid. And that's what he did. A tombstone, moonsault tombstone. What the fuck? Great match. Very entertaining match.
Fucking, yeah. I love this.
Yeah.
Shane Mercer
and then,
a freak.
And then my heart breaks.
Why is that?
Well, Mick Foley comes out, and that's very entertaining. Mick Foley's here. This is like...
Whoa. Before Mick Foley, the announcement.
Yes. Well, my heart breaks for this as well, but in a better way. Because Mick Foley made me mad. But Brett Lauderdale comes out, and he addresses the fact that he's been told countless times in the past that GCW, that people have seen multiple GCWs
have come
and they never last. But GCW is the one and only GCW. There is only us. There is no, we're trying to be anybody else. And he announces a big video announcement.
Yeah,
we've been hearing about this for like 2 weeks.
Look to the screen real quick, and it's like this very motivational.
It was one of the best video packages I've ever seen.
Just telling all these people, all these wrestlers, like
the GCW like faithfuls.
Yeah, like what they've been told in the past. Like you don't shut the fuck up. You know, no one's gonna pay to see you. You're too niche. You know, you're a nothing, nobody, and whatever. And it just
Zack Ryder is being like, Matt Cardona being stating, "You'll never make it. Good luck in your future endeavors." Nick Gage talking about you're a drug addict, you're a murderer, you should be in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all leading to the announcement, because where are they? What is this whole promo about? January 23rd, 2022. GCW will be running the Hammerstein Ballroom. Like the Hammerstein Ballroom.
And the crowd goes nuts.
No. That's going to be my birthday show I'm going to get to watch.
Brett, at this point, he was very calm about the whole situation up until this point, because after the video ends, he was very much like, I've seen 1,000 people who said I've seen 1,000 GCWs come and go, and then he was like, you guys can go suck my dick. He was so pumped. He was so fucking emotional.
This was amazing.
This was so great.
I mean, I will pay. I'm going. I have to.
I told you to meet up with me.
Hey, if he goes too, I don't care if he doesn't go. I need to be here. I need to go for multiple reasons. First time in the Hammerstein, but also this is my company. I got emotional for this. The package itself, just because all these wrestlers that I've been following over these past years, you hear everything they said. It was one of the truest video packages I've ever seen. And to see where GCW is going to head. I mean, this is a Hammerstein. This place fits at least 2,000 people? Maybe more? I don't know what the capacity is like. This is unfathomable for a independent company on GCW's level. I thought it was a TV deal, but maybe I'm thinking too much.
This is great. Great moment. Wonderful moment.
And then my heart breaks again because Mick Foley comes out.
Foley's out!
Yeah, Foley's out, and I'm excited because I love Mick Foley.
So,
and then Mick Foley says, fuck Matt Cardona. And...
So Foley comes out, and this whole promo goes on forever. Not because Foley has a lot to say, mind you, but because this crowd cannot stop chanting.
We got a cactus chant, followed up by a dude love chant, followed up by a mankind chant. And these chants weren't. This wasn't a cactus, dude love. Like, this wasn't quick. This was okay. It was like 3 minutes of them chanting for cactus, 3 minutes of them chanting for dude love. So yeah, the crowd made this go long, and Foley's just, he's the nicest wrestler of all time. He's not going to interrupt. He was very on his game. Foley looking real good, by the way.
Oh.
What?
I said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He looked really good tonight. The surgeries that he's had in the past few years have really helped make him look a lot healthier. He's just having a fun time. The crowd's enjoying it too. He starts giving some stories. Then he says, fuck Matt Cardona. And I no longer like Mick Foley.
Oh my God. You were such an ass.
Is there anything you want to say about this segment?
No,
it's just great to see Foley.
The biggest the biggest legit get that GCW I think has ever had.
Yeah.
Like they've had like multiple ECW legends and stuff like that, and Moxley obviously is a big deal, but like this is a bigger deal for the broader spectrum of like, oh wow, this independent company, they have Mick Foley. I still feel like Mick Foley is a big enough deal that matters to some capacity.
Absolutely.
That was cool, and he's there to, be like the presenter of the belt.
Yes.
For our main event, the time has come for Jon Moxley and Nick Gage to go at it in a death match for the GCW World Title. What a match!
That's everything I wanted it. Yeah, everything I wanted it to be.
This was this timed in so perfectly for me because just as this match ended, the boxing came on for me.
Yeah, I actually watched that too. And
what you watched the fight?
I watched the fight actually.
Yeah, shout out Hakeem Johnson. You don't fucking know how to pick boxing, my dude.
How did we end up here?
I don't know.
No, I'm just doing that to go off script for a second because I'm grilling him every chance I get until I get him.
This was everybody wanted. Like this was what we wanted. This was it, and we got every spot that we wanted. We got every little bit of the hardcore. I mean, right off the bat. Nick Gage goes right through a plate of glass.
We even got our Renee spot on Twitter.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that.
I hate everything. Why do you guys
encourage my husband to do this?
Yeah. Jesus, take the wheel.
Mox took some fucked up shit, and his back was so messed up.
He fucking got stabbed with the light and he started gooshing.
Just gooshing. He's there. I mean, you go to the pizza cutter spots that they went back and forth with that. That was great.
Oh my God, the pizza cutter.
Like, they killed each other.
In the mouth again.
In the mouth again. Renee at home probably seeing that going, my daughter's not going to get to see her dad for much longer because he's going to die, Because that's what almost happened. I mean, this was just traditional death match to its fullest extent. One of the best death matches I've seen this year because, it's a death match that also has a story attached to it.
And by the way, you know what? I know Emil J gets some shit, on the commentary desk, but give him credit. The call when Moxley came out saying Mox doesn't have to do this. He's got the contract. He's got the wife. He's got the kid. One of the best calls I've seen on the desk this year.
Yeah, no, Moxley is not here because, I want to be GCW champion. He's here to prove a point that he can still do this, and he wants to take back his crown as the real king of the deathmatch. And there's only one person he has to do that and has to go through Nick Gage. And to my legitimate surprise, well, not legitimate surprise, but to a surprise to an extent, Moxley retained. So this ain't it.
I was a bit shocked Moxley retained.
I thought this was going to be like, okay, Mox the champion, that gets the, sells the gate, sells the pay-per-view buys. Nick Gage gets the belt back, everything's back to normal.
Knowing that we know now, I think it's very smart that they make some sort of deal with Moxley to where, like, he could defend the belt at the Hammerstein, and then he probably drops the belt there to whoever they want to put over.
That's the question. So that leads.
Who you put over?
So that brings me back to what HitKid had mentioned earlier.
Oh wow! I know where you're going with it.
I feel like between now and then we have 3 months. You can do Ricky and Atticus somewhere there down the line, with Ricky passing that torch to Atticus, saying it's time. And I, honestly, would have Atticus take the belt from Moxley.
Ooh.
You're gonna have this
very big moment for Atticus, though.
It's between him and the man he fought.
Like or the man
that Atticus fought, Jordan Oliver. Those are the only real 2 picks in my mind that should take it off of Mox. People want AJ Gray again, but I don't want another double champion. Nick Gage is done.
AJ Gray ain't a double champion. He got all the tag titles. That's just
No, I mean, like, he's been GCW champion before. Like, I want a new person. So it's either for me, it's Oliver or Atticus, or.
That's the question. Who does Gage fight in the Hammerstein?
I would say him and Cologne for the deathmatch. No, yeah, I would say him and Drew Parker for the deathmatch title.
Do we think Alex Cologne could be the guy? Because that's who I was leaning towards Moxley facing in the thing. Cologne's owed his shot. That's the truth. Alex Cologne is on his shot. He never got it in Texas, if you all remember. He's owed a shot.
Well, he's going to Japan. That's the deal there.
What I would do, Cardona's still a factor too, Jamal says. Thank you more for saying my exact things. I think you've got to run Atticus Ricky at Hammerstein. I think it could be Ricky's last match.
I said it before. I think Ricky's elite in a few months.
That's what I think. I think it's his last match. I think he would want to put Atticus over on the biggest stage. But the way I would do it is I would do the death match between Oliver and Thing. Can I be clear? I'd do the death match between Oliver and Atticus, whatever the next big GCW show is in the East Coast. Okay? I would have Atticus win, but because it's his style. Deathmatch is his style. Can we agree? He should win. Oliver should not win his first deathmatch against Atticus. I'm sorry. If you disagree with me, that be my guess. But then I'd have the other 2 members of Young, Dumb, and Broke fucking beat the shit out of Atticus. And I mean proper beat the shit out of him. Light tubes, it's a gangland beating. And then I'd have Ricky make the save. Crow wouldn't be too... And this is the iffy part. I would start a 3-on-2 handicap match. Young, Dumb, and Broke versus, Ricky and Atticus. And then Ricky turns on him. Ricky stabs him in the back. Turns on him. Because of how Atticus spoke out, after War Games. Which you have to feel that Ricky ain't happy about if you remember the video Atticus put up about after War Games. You have to think there's some tension there, if you remember that, Adam. And that sets him up for the Hammerstein, where I have Atticus going over.
So, Haya, who do you think could be Moxley's big challenge? Or does anybody here think Moxley does not make it to Hammerstein as champion?
No, I think he's 100% makes it to Hammerstein Ballroom. Whom I think it will be?
I also have a wild choice, and that being Jimmy Lloyd.
They do seem to be...
If it's Lloyd, though, Mox is returning.
I could see Jimmy Lloyd, mainly because they seem to be building him up for something. Yeah, I think if I had to go with anyone, perhaps. Yeah, I think I have to go with HITKIDS too. I just think out of all.
Can I be clear? Out the three who were given Cologne, Lloyd, and Atticus, I think Atticus is the one to beat him. My thing is, though, I think he definitely needs to get the win on RSP first before he fights Moxley.
No, I do too. Yeah. Well,
and honestly, I could see that being safe for spring break.
That's spring break will be a thing. But that was GCW Fight Club.
Yeah.
What a show.
Amazing.
It was a very, very fun show. GCW,
amazing.
Just all cylinders. They are on a run of a lifetime right now.
And now in a week and a half's time, it's Suzuki and Gage killing each other. Next weekend. Oh, my body is ready.
But, yeah, good shit. But now it is time for our final segment of the night. Now, we had mentioned that in our final segment, we would be doing a tier list. However, did not specify what type of tier list.
Did you take care of everything as we could?
Yes. I'm trying to create an immersion here, Adam. Jesus Christ.
Wait, did you say it's mystery box yet?
No, I already said it was the tier list.
No, you gotta say it's mystery box first.
It is now time for our mystery box segment.
It's a mystery box.
I fucking hate you so much. Now, all right, fine. It's a tier list, but now the question is, what type of tier list? We've done.
We're doing something different tonight.
Through this whole thing, we have only done championship tier lists so far.
NXT, AEW, TNA, and ROH.
But tonight, we're doing something a little bit different. We're
not. Yes, HITKID.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, HITKID. Since this is your
thing. It's HITKID segment. God damn it! It's not yours.
So I decided I wanted to rank pay-per-views for a year.
Ooh. Let's see how this works out.
So the year we agreed on was 2005, gentlemen.
Now I currently have the match card and results for all 15 of our pay-per-views that we're going to be ranking for the year. Wow, that's
so crazy, because so do I.
Well, fuck you. I did something, too.
What the rankings here?
So I guess we have S, A, B, D, and C. Or I went, wow, I don't know how to do my alphabet.
S, A, B, C, D.
So we're going in order from the...
We will go in order from January all the way to December, which means we will start with New Year's resolution.
This is the one which they held in Puerto Rico, if you're as unique of a place that was.
This was the first ever New Year's resolution show out of the two that they did, and both were not good.
Yeah, this for me is a C/D. I'm just trying to put it in.
So before we really get into this, how are we gonna go match by match or only highlight things that we don't?
Highlight things.
Well,
so okay, so I'm gonna be. So here's my deal. Are you two very familiar with all of these 15 that we're gonna be talking about?
I know most of these because
we're gonna start off right now. This first one, this New Year's resolution. Revolution. I don't think I've ever actually watched the show in full.
This was a one-match show. I saw
the Chamber, and it's one of my least favorite chambers.
It's not a very good chamber, but as
it's extremely forgettable. There's one thing about this show I like.
Just?
There is a chicken fight in a backstage pool segment with I think it's
It was the Divas, wasn't it?
I think it was Christy, Hemi, and Rosie against Stacy and the Hurricane. That was the best thing about the show.
This is
a day.
This show featured a 12-minute match between Eugene, William Regal against Christian and Tomko for the World Tag Team
Put it in the D already.
Hold on. I gotta go through this. It featured a 3-minute women's match between Trish and Lita, a 6-minute intercontinental match between Shelton and Maven.
I've seen highlights of that match, and it doesn't look bad.
A 10-minute match with Muhammad Hassan and Jerry Lawler.
This all stemming off of... Oh, by the way, this all stems off of the amazing Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross debate against Muhammad Hassan and Daivari. Go back and watch that. They got away with that on TV.
An 11-minute match between Kane and Gene Snitsky, and then 35
Snitsky! Oh, Snitsky, my boy! He licked the feet.
Yeah.
This is...
I don't know anything, but I don't like the chamber, so yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna agree with you guys. This next show, everybody here knows I love the Royal Rumble.
Right.
This pay-per-view, top to bottom for me, except for like one match. We'll talk about that obvious match. I'm giving this a show at A.
What?
Yeah.
This show had one match.
First off, I'm going to disagree with you so heavy. The Rumble itself, I think, is very entertaining. The triple threat for the triple threat for the WWE title, I think, is really good because I think all three of those guys have really good chemistry.
I'm not giving it an A.
The most underappreciated match in Royal Rumble history is Shawn Michaels and Edge. That match is so fucking good.
I don't give this. I don't give this an A. I give this a B, though. I give it a B.
Do yourself a favor. Go back, watch Edge and Shawn again. It's really fucking good.
This is a B for me.
If we're gonna go B, I'll go B. I can't go below B.
I can't go A.
I can't go any higher than a fucking C because this has Edge and Shawn, but
it's so good.
The casket match is awful.
The casket match is
the triple threat match is boring in my opinion.
I didn't think so.
The World Heavyweight, Orton and Triple H snoozed it up for 20 more minutes.
I don't remember that.
Was shit.
I think this Rumble is very entertaining. This Rumble is very memorable for. Obviously, Vince McMahon blows out his knees. It has the double elimination. It has Daniel Puder getting murdered.
All right. So if you're saying A, Hit's saying B, and I'm saying C.
I'll go B. I'll go B.
I think we should meet in the middle and say B.
I'll go B.
I think it's a B. I
understand the casket match. I get the casket match. It's the casket match, but Heidenreich's in it, so it's got to get an S for me, bro. I love Heidenreich.
I hate you.
Keep us going.
All right.
So up next is No Way Out, 2005.
D.
I liked the barbed wire cage.
D.
I'm going D, but I could lean to C.
I liked the barbed wire cage.
I thought the finish of the barbed wire cage was good.
I always enjoyed the cruiserweight gauntlets.
I'm going Cena under delivered.
I don't remember anything else.
I'm going Cena under delivered on this card.
I thought Cena and Angle was good, but it's far from the best match they've ever had. I thought the cruiserweights were just so dead in the water at this point. I didn't give a shit. JBL and I never want to see JBL and Big Show in any match ever.
I could agree with either a C or D here.
It's really up to you at this point, Adam, because
I like the finish of the barbed wire cage, but that was the only memorable thing of the show.
Yeah.
For me, it's a D, but I'll let Adam.
I say D as well.
Well, that's majority. Sorry, Adam.
You lose on this round.
This one's going to be interesting.
WrestleMania 21. All right. The first half of WrestleMania 21 is top tier WrestleMania. Like, the best. Like you got Eddie and Ray in the opener, which, while isn't their best match, still very good. Even with the mask malfunction. The Money in the Bank ladder match is fucking phenomenal.
Did I have to mention, this is my favorite Undertaker.
Undertaker and Orton?
That was amazing.
I love Orton. I think Orton and Undertaker is slept on so heavy, and it has my favorite RKO reversal ever, which is the choke slam.
Which you thought won it. You actually thought won it when he hit it.
Yeah, no, I thought it, and I did. I mean, this show is brought down by the fucking back half.
Yeah.
The last three matches. The last 4
matches, because Christy, Hemi, and Trish is not good.
No. There was a match in between Christy, Hemi, and Trish.
Yeah.
Shawn and Kurt. Yeah,
one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time.
Yeah, so for me, I will go strong B, possibly an A.
Yeah, I'm thinking B, because, like, the first half of this show is, like,
so good.
It's so fucking good. But,
and I don't mind the Trish and Christy match, because that was the cool down match.
But the two main events kind of stunk it up.
I have to go B.
I go B too.
Adam agreed.
Well, it doesn't matter because majority rules, bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we move on to Backlash.
Which was.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go B with you guys.
Well, that's what we already played. So.
Sorry, I went to Uber.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Other than, like, Edge and Benoit in the Last Man Standing match, I don't remember a damn thing about this show.
It's for me. This show for me is a C.
I remember Hurricane and Rosie winning the tag titles. I really enjoyed
it. This show for me is a C, and I'll explain why.
I think Jericho and Benjamin is pretty good.
Yeah, Benjamin Jericho was a good start to the night. Edge and Benoit, go and watch that Last Man Standing match. It's very underappreciated, slept on. Good war. I didn't care about Kane versus Viscera. The tag team turmoil match was just there, okay? For me, you also had Hogan and Michaels against Tafari and Assam, which was, beginning to set up SummerSlam. But also, I will say this, Batista and Triple H had a better match at Backlash than they did at WrestleMania.
This isn't the Hell in a Cell's Vengeance, right?
Yeah, Hell in a Cell's Vengeance,
which is true, which I will get into because that's a whole different kettle of fish. But they had a better match than they did at Mania.
What are you giving it?
A C.
I'm giving it a C. I think a C.
Oh man, I really don't remember anything from the show, except for Rosie and Hurricane winning because I love Rosie and Hurricane.
Are you going to C or D to higher?
I'm leaning towards D. Why did Kane fight Visser?
We're going C on this one. I'm saying C.
Anybody ask me why Kane fought Visser?
Because was he the world's largest love machine at this time?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, then I have no idea why he was fighting Visser.
Judgment Day 05. Oh boy.
Okay. There are a lot of things on this show that I do remember.
Sure.
This show, I'm going to give a B.
I will give it a B mainly because the main event is so...
The main event is great, but also this show has Eddie and Ray continuing their story. I think that's pretty good. Heidenreich's on the card again.
You also had the Booker T Kurt Angle feud.
The Booker T Kurt Angle feud coming off with the bestiality sack. Paul London. I remember Paul. This is the show where Paul London
and Chavo Guerrero had a nice little.
Is this the show where Paul London kills Guerrero?
May have been. I thought that, but
with the 450.
I thought Kidman killed Chavo with
Shooting Star. Sorry, I got mixed up.
I think for me this was a B though because that main event elevated this to a B.
Yeah, without
that main event, this show's a C. Okay. But that main event
That
is
main
a
event
classic.
elevates it.
Be.
And it's probably like JBL's best match ever.
JBL's best match in a top 5 John Cena match.
Yeah.
So, B it is.
B. All right.
Next event.
S.
This one's easier.
S.
S. All the S's.
There's
S.
nothing. You can't compare a fucking WWE event to this show. It's like on a completely different level. ECW one night stand.
In my opinion, the second greatest ever WWE / produced show, even though it weren't fully produced by them, second ever greatest WWE show behind WrestleMania 17.
It's so.
What is there to say what is there for us? What's there for us young?
If you're a wrestling fan, go watch this show.
What is there for us young podcasters who are late to the game that we can say that hasn't already been said about this show?
It's fucking magic. It's like a literal once in a lifetime show. Like, you can't get any more perfect of a wrestling show than this.
Go watch this show.
Just remember, everybody. 2 words.
Someone in the chat.
At frickin' Hardy.
Yeah.
And then Edge does the GIF. It's amazing. Go watch the show. Eric Bischoff's really good on it. They treat Joe Gertner like shit. That's really sad. Or, honestly, do yourself a favor. If you're, I know JBL is JBL, but if you could find a way to get the dubbed commentary audio of the ECW One Night Stand 05 show, where the whole show, the commentary isn't the commentary, but it's the wrestlers that it's synced up to them, so you hear their reactions throughout the night. Go find it. It's very funny. JBL is having a ball, especially during the Masato Tanaka.
He was marking up for that match. It's an S.
It's an S.
It's S. It's the best show this year.
Next show, Vengeance 2005. Featured...
I want to put this in A, by the way, just to let someone know.
I honestly agree with HITKIDS.
It's an A show for me.
Yeah, I have no like the last 3 matches alone kind of make this an A show.
I think the opening match is really good too.
Yeah,
Carlito Shelton gets slept on.
Yeah,
and also you had Kane and Edge with their little feud and their little drama, which was fair.
But the last 3, I mean, you have the rematch.
Oh, the last 3 matches are classics.
You have the rematch with Shawn and Kurt, which is great.
WWE not realizing that Christian was main event level in the Vengeance 05 main event.
One of the few I've been very vocal. I hate Hell in a Cell matches. I'm not a fan, but this was one of the few that I really do enjoy. And then one of the most slept on WWE title matches ever is this triple threat.
And they slept on how good of a main event talent Christian was back then.
Yeah,
because this should have proved it.
Like even if you weren't going to ever give him the title, the fact that you looked at this match and said, "Nah, probably don't give him another main event spot," is ridiculous.
It was a great triple threat. It's an A rank show.
It's an A.
It's one of the most underrated triple threats of all time. I barely hear about it.
And it's a very slept on pay per view that people should go and watch Vengeance 05.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good pay-per-view.
I might go back and rewatch.
You could say June of 2005 was one of the strongest pay-per-view months for WWE ever.
And now we have to get to a D.
This show can go to hell.
There's one good thing about this whole show. And it's the Mexicools against the BWO. That's the best thing on the show.
Honestly, screw it. Give this a fucking F rank.
Yeah, this is a D. This is a bad show.
Yeah, get the Great American
It's a waste of time. Don't ever. Do not.
But you know what is good about this show, though?
What?
You know what? I'm actually going to give it a C.
What?
No.
Because Heidenreich won the tag title.
Oh, no. SummerSlam 2005.
S.
I'm gonna be controversial here. I'm going
S rank. Two of the best matches of all time are on this show.
I will give this an A.
Both wrong. This has two of the best, most infamous matches. You know how many YouTubers who are like past wrestling fans, like they're not wrestling fans anymore like us, but they're still famous enough that they're like, big deal. You know how many times in the past week I've heard 3 separate people who aren't wrestling YouTubers mention, or like they were watching like clips during like a live stream on Twitch, mention the custody of Dominic ladder match. That match is a staple of professional wrestling. It's the greatest ladder match.
S-rank match. I agree, but
And then the S-rank main event, Shawn and Hogan. Come on, Shawn treats this dude like a bitch.
Fucking alright, so
Shawn was great, but this for me is an A-rank show due to the overall card.
Also, I think Jericho and Cena's pretty good.
ladder match.
I actually think the no holds barred between Batista and JBL's a fight. It's a proper fight, that.
I thought,
and Orton and Undertaker with the Bob Orton, that's really good too.
The only thing that let this down was Edge and Hardy being stopped early, but it was due to Matt being legit concussed.
I thought that
the
ladder match was very good. Again,
Kurt Angle and Eugene is such a fun match.
Very much the farthest thing, like the best thing Ray and Eddie ever did, but it was still very good, despite where the fuck was Vicky.
This isn't, but it's so memorable though.
Angle and Eugene was Angle and Eugene.
Angle and Eugene, what a fucking beautiful.
Orton and Taker, I actually thought matched their WrestleMania match with their SummerSlam, and I'm very pissed that this doesn't get talked about as much. Jericho and Chris had a good match for the title. I didn't care for Batista and JBL. And
it was a fight. I thought it was good.
Shawn made Hulk Hogan look like
talk shit about
Shawn made Hogan look the biggest smark of all time. So in that, it gets an A.
It's an S.
It's an A.
A. I can't give it an S because of the Eugene match and the Benoit.
It's the best SummerSlam of all time.
I can't give it.
No, take that back right now.
You know what? I'll give it. Adam, I'll give it an S right now if you can answer me one question.
Okay.
Where the fuck was Vicky?
She missed her cue. S tier.
Bitch. No, where was she?
Backstage. What?
Oh my.
What? I'm controversial.
That's the best summer. No, that is not the best SummerSlam of all time, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I understand. I understand 92, you guys like the British.
No, 02.
Yeah.
02. You
doesn't have a kid's life on the line and all.
Oh, get out.
Unforgiven. 2005.
I'm gonna say, let me see if I can remember some of the things. Okay, there's
the Matt Hardy Edge Steel Cage match was on this show.
That's the best thing on this. That's the best thing on this whole show.
Yeah.
Also, Angle and but that
this show does also have. I mean, Ric Flair wins his first Intercontinental title on this show. That match is pretty okay with Carlito. But this show has 2 of the most baffling matches on them. One of them being Kerwin White and Shelton Benjamin.
Who the fuck let Michaels and Masters go nearly 17 minutes?
Yeah, that was my second issue. This match, I remember watching it and being so fucking bored.
I wanted to put this in B because the Matt Hardy Edge Gage match is so fucking great.
I love that match to death.
Listen, this is a...
Because of the card being so bad around it, I have to put it in C.
Here's the thing. If we made it clear that Backlash was a one-match show, this is also a
one-match show. But that match was very, very fucking good.
C.
So it gets a C. All right. Next one is No Mercy.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever seen this show.
I don't think I have either.
Oh, great. So it's down to me.
Yeah.
Which is really upsetting because this is, sadly, Eddie Guerrero's last pay-per-view.
Yeah. When he fought Batista for the world. And it's not I wouldn't say it's the best world title match, but it's a decent one. I didn't like that JBL beat Rey Mysterio in this fight. Remember, it had the Ortons versus The Undertaker in the casket match, where they burned the casket.
Simon Dean and Bobby Lashley.
Apparently somebody...
Hardcore Holly and Mr. Kennedy.
Apparently somebody in the chat has watched this show before and could help us out a bit. So, Jamal!
So we're talking about No Mercy 2005?
Yes.
I remember this show very well, actually. It was unfortunately the first time I really got a really good look at Eddie in the main event picture. Because I didn't see the Brock Lesnar match. So I wasn't blessed with a good Eddie Guerrero main event. For all this was, it wasn't bad. I think the only reason I'm not going to shit on this show that badly because it's the last world title match Eddie had. So, out of some kindness, I'll give it a C. A C+.
This US 4-way sounds pretty dope. OJ, Benoit, Booker, and Christian. That sounds pretty cool.
I'll give it a C.
Triple threat.
No, it says 4-way.
It's a 4-way.
Oh, Hoovy won the Cruiserweight title on the show. That might be cool. Oh, wait, Heidenreich lost the belt, D.
I'm going.
It gets a C.
It's a
I'm going
C?
C myself.
All right.
I guess I'm going off of Jamal, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Taboo.
Is this the first or second?
I think this is the second. This is the second one. Taboo Tuesday 2005. Look.
Hey.
I'm going to say this.
I want to ask a question real quick because I don't know if we'll have another time to do it. Quick opinions. What do you think of the Taboo Tuesday idea? The Cyber Sunday deal?
If you brought that back today, I think it would work a lot better than it did in 2005. Because that's when this shit was just getting started and nobody had, really knew what the fuck to do. I think if you brought it back now, it'd go better. I don't know if
I'm looking at this. No, I agree. I feel like with the idea of social media being a lot more, used, I could easily see this being an NXT event.
Yeah.
This for me, I agree. This card.
I'm looking at this card, and I'm baffled by some of these matches.
So here's what I.
This is a C though. I'm gonna let that be known.
Here's what I have
looking at.
Here's what I'm looking at. This is what I have to say about this. All right, the card awful, downright horrendous. Some of these matches didn't need to be here. I can't believe anybody has paid for this shit. With that being said, I have watched this show over 30 times.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
For what? What are you watching this 30 times for? What match?
Ric Flair and Triple H, to be quite honest.
It's a great cage match.
I love that match.
It is a great cage match.
I think it's the only thing on here that I can legitimately remember.
The opening.
Big
contest.
Show and Kane win the belts here. That's cool. So.
The opening contest isn't bad, but it's not good either.
Why is Eugene and Jimmy Snuka fighting Rob Conway and Tomko?
I thought the main event was decent as well. You couldn't go
Mankind fought Carlito.
Cena, Kurt, and Michaels is also very good in my opinion.
A lingerie battle. That's why. Show you.
Where do we rank this?
C.
I've never seen this show, so I can't rank it.
I give it a C, but only because it's in my childhood.
Go watch that cage match though between.
No, that's the only thing on here I've seen.
So what? C, D,
F, G, H, I, J,
C.
K.
I'm going to say I can't put that in D.
Okay.
All right, next show, Survivor Series 2005. I think this is an A show.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna go B, but I think this is a B show.
I am gonna go with B. I really liked the main event, even though everybody on the commentary desk was fucking annoying as all hell.
The commentary is pretty bad.
Yeah, this was pure Raw versus SmackDown, so that as well. Also, we have to say, Cena angle was a bit decent, but the last man standing match with Flair and Triple H.
Oh.
And a good opener with Booker T and Chris Benoit.
Yeah, Booker and Benoit always had really good matches.
Yeah, but the last man standing
But
match
also, the ending of this show. The ending of this show is infamous.
Yeah, Undertaker coming out the burning casket.
one
It's
of
a
the
bit.
greatest fucking moments
Orton
of
with his-
modern wrestling.
With probably his greatest facials of all time.
No,
What the
I laugh all the time because Taker comes out and all the goddamn people are just still cheering with Orton, and Orton's petrified. And all I'm thinking is does nobody else see Taker?
Everybody else what's going on here?
Are they all under your spell? What's that? It's one of my favorite moments. I really look. Survivor Series to me can be a very iffy show because I think the concept is. I'm not the biggest fan of the Survivor Series style because it takes up a lot of these shows. But I feel like this is one of the better ones, especially of the modern era. That's why I'd give it an A. But I can understand why B. But I would say, what am I looking at? Royal Rumble, Mania, and Judgment.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
It's a B.
All right, I go with B. And then our final show is Armageddon 2005.
I'm going C for this. Even though many people consider this a one-match show, I don't. I think this was a C. Hell in a Cell between Orton and Taker was really good for me on this. Yes, it was different to, what do you call it?
I think they kind of
Hardy fighting JBL.
I think they kind of dragged in the
near
Hell in
the
a
end
Cell
of the
match.
day. But I thought it was a good battle for survival. I also go and watch Booker T and Benoit from this event.
You've seen Hoovy and Kid Cash. I
match.
thought that match was pretty good, even though that's Hoovy's last match in the company.
I think it's a C.
Why is Matt Hardy fighting JBL?
I could go with that. Was kind of the big feud that they were doing, though.
Matt Hardy and JBL?
Yes.
One of them, yeah.
Why?
Because they
I don't
had
know.
literally nothing to do with Matt after he.
Oh,
lost
wait,
that.
is this Pirate Paul Burchill, or is that regular Paul Burchill?
I think it was regular, but yeah, C for me. I don't
Because
know.
Pirate
if
Paul
everyone agrees.
Burchill,
I'm
he's the best.
going C.
And that does it.
All right, so for D
15
tier,
shows down.
so for D tier, we've got New Year's Resolution, No Way Out, and the Great American Bash. For C, we have Backlash, Unforgiven, No Mercy, Taboo Tuesday, and Armageddon. For B tier, we got Royal Rumble, WrestleMania 21, Judgment Day, Survivor Series. For A tier, we got Vengeance in SummerSlam, and in the holy S tier,
Yeah, holy
in
S tier.
2005, nothing can touch it. ECW.
Even though I
won that.
disagree, I feel like something else should be there, but
Well,
whatever.
this is majority rules, bitch.
Should be SummerSlam. But yes, ECW One Night Stand crowning achievement as the only S tier ranked show. But I still feel like it's unfair, but whatever.
All right. That's with that, that's about going to do it for us here. Hey kid, I know that you have been on this show 3 times already, and you're practically a regular, as it seems right now. But please tell these people where they can find you on the interwebs.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on my HitKid Worldwide YouTube account where I do Let's Plays of video games. I am finishing up a Tomb Raider Let's Play and a Mass Effect Let's Play. I will be starting a new one upcoming soon for the FWU Gaming channel and another one on my channel. On Twitter, it's at HitKid2014. As you all know, I run my own Corfed in the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance. You can find us on that channel. Which upcoming when's this going out? Next week or later this week?
It should be between Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well then, we're on the road to Crossfire on the WWE channel, so make sure you like and subscribe, ahead of all that, which will be brilliant. And that's about it.
Nice.
You can find me in all of these guys' shows, by the way, because I'm legit.
Yeah, he's literally calling every single one of them. Adam, is there anything substantial you would like to add to help close out this show?
First off, it's Jake the Baked Butters.
I'm not doing this tonight, dude. It's almost 10:45. You better hurry this shit up.
I'm ready for
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed our first edition of the podcast. While it's still going to continue here on the channel, to all of our new listeners who are hopefully listening for the first time on Podbean, we hope you stick around and enjoy the nonsense that we have here. Lay back, sit back, and enjoy the show. And we have plenty more to go with way more interesting ideas. And as we said, we're going to try and build the YouTube channel up a little bit more with some content. We're just still trying to figure out the workings of that as of right now, but there's always something to look forward to. The Four Post Massacre Podcast is going to move forward. We're going to gain a bigger platform, and we're gonna get there. That's the dream, Zahaya. It's the dream.
It is the dream.
It's the dream.
It's the dream.
That's about it. And we'll see you next week when we talk about things and times and issues and politics. How are you? How's your day?
It's pretty good.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them.
Okay.
See you next week.
All right. Well, that's about going to do it for us here at the Four Post Massacre Podcast. Be sure to check out all of the wonderful stuff that is coming soon to the channel. And with that,
where's the vlog, Zahaya?
The what?
Where's the vlog?
Oh, I'm sorry. The vlog in which you said that was going to be fully edited.
Folks, we hope to see you next week.
No. You want to fucking
here.
shoot on live? You want to fucking shoot when the fucking red button is flashing back and forth? We can fucking shoot, cowboy. Because here, you gotta listen. No. Don't fucking cut me off. Do not fucking cut me